And our friend Luis almost has to walk over here and say, tap water only for you boys. That's a good feeling because the Brewers beat the brakes off the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, who play in Orange County last night. 9-2 final. Christian Yelich, Bryce Terang, all doing their job offensively. Freddie Peralta dominating once again, 10 Ks on the day, striking out the most and heaviest striking out team in all of baseball 10 times. That is good stuff going into the postseason for the Brewers ace and maybe the best starting pitcher in all of the National League. That is Armin Sarian with me here at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We got Dave Gasper inside the iHeart Megaplex studios in Milwaukee. Nick Bruzowitz standing by in Madison as well. And Armin, I don't say that hyperbolic. When you look at his numbers, the 17 wins, understandably so, leads Major League Baseball. And some people like to point to that stat. Some people don't. I do believe when the team wins when you pitch, those are important factors. He's threatening Teddy Higuera for the greatest starting pitcher season in Brewers history. Higuera is the last one to win 20 games in 86.
Yeah.
He's got a better ERA than Higuera had in 1986. More strikeouts. Like, the numbers are right there. You could very easily point to Freddie Peralta having right now the best season a starting pitcher has ever had for the Milwaukee Brewers in a year that it's going to matter. All due respect to Ben Sheets and all the great starts he had in 2003 and 2002, none of them mattered. This one, almost every single time Peralta has taken the ball, albeit last night against a team that had 69 wins on the year here in the late stages of September, it's been a moment where you've needed a start from an ace, and he's pitched like an ace all year long, contrary to what many people have believed about him in his entire career.
Indeed, Billy, and thanks for indulging me because, I love topics like this. Higuera's a one indeed. Even much better, and I'm going to say it, there's no question about it, much better than Pete Vukovic's Cy Young year in 82. Vukovic was a good pitcher that year, obviously, had good numbers, but was also a product of some great run support. So Freddie's done it. The one thing he doesn't have is the total innings pitched, right? That's the one thing Freddie doesn't have that a lot of those other guys had, is he doesn't go as deep in games. He doesn't pitch as many innings total as some of those other guys did. But you're absolutely right, Billy. His numbers will be as good as Skeens in some regard, not better than in all regards. And Paul Skeens will win the Cy Young probably, but the reality is, and I'm looking at him last night because Paul Skeens, thanks for nothing, no help at all last night, no help at all. Trying to get a loss there for the Cubs, but just absolutely. I don't know if he had dinner reservations with Libby or what the deal was, but offered us nothing. But Freddie Peralta's absolutely, Billy, covered every aspect of what you want to see a starting pitcher do, in terms of traditional stats, right? He's got the wins. And in terms of the new analytic stats, he has the ERA. He's got the whip. He's got all those things. And the strikeout number last night, which Billy obviously was very important for you last night in the parlay of the day, was important. Mike Caldwell did have a 21-win year. There have been some great pitching performances in Brewer history, but I would say Freddie's right up there with them. Yeah. Absolutely. And the point you made about Ben Sheets is true really quick. Yeah, Ben Sheets did it on a bad team. It doesn't take away from what the year was, but Freddie did it, the top ace on a team that has the best record in baseball.
Yeah, and I mean, like you mentioned Skeens, he's doing it on a team that is buried in last place, understandably so. 20 years ago, you were not going to be in contention for that award if your team was Cheeks. Right, like that was just a fact of the matter.
Yeah.
And now, in a time and place where we look at every single number and batted balls in play average and what's the whip and what are you doing in fielding independent pitching? There's so many different ways that you can outline. All right, this pitcher is actually the best one in baseball, and he deserves the award more than just dominating the individual matchups and being the best player at that position for the team.
That's a great point.
And last night, at the game, hearing from a couple of different people sitting around us, and I think this is one of the few years that there has not been a slam dunk MVP of the team. And Freddie Peralta, I get pitchers generally get their own award.
Sure.
Hard for me not to say Freddie Peralta is the team's MVP this year with all of the issues and all the injuries that have gone around in the starting rotation. The fact that he has taken the ball every fifth day since spring training and been one of the lone constants that you've been able to look at in the entire unit. Bryce Terang is actually going to garner MVP votes.
Yes.
Now, I don't know enough about the analytic baseball WAR numbers. He doesn't strike me as an MVP. However, he's been crazy productive over the last 2 months. And like Dave Gasper sent us a message yesterday, he's hitting balls past the Toyota territory.
Yeah.
Like his power is next level now, Dave. So that will get him a little bit more of a look.
Yeah, he hit one over the Land Rover out there yesterday.
Goodness.
Basically bouncing out of the ballpark. It's an incredible run that he's been on. It's an incredible run that Peralta has been on, being able to bounce back. And I found it interesting, Billy, that in this talk about the best pitching seasons in Brewers history, Armin didn't want to bring up Corbin Burns 2021.
Quickly let that one go.
Avoid
yeah,
that
just kind of avoiding that Cy Young winning season because someone is on the watch list for Armin Sarian. But
thank you,
Bryce Terang, it's really, I think he's a team MVP this year. With what he's been able to do offensively, the jump he's been able to take with 18 home runs, and until further notice, 1.5 total bases over every single day. That's someone that absolutely is your MVP.
Well, because Dave makes a great point. All those numbers are great. Christian Yelich is eyeing up his first 30 home run season since he was the runner-up for MVP. 100 RBIs, knocking in as many players as you possibly could at that position. I get like the 260 batting average some people are going to get hung up on. He 800 plus OPS, and maybe his biggest superpower this year has been actually playing in 140 games. But like when I go to Peralta, and Terang's name was brought up first in the stands yesterday. William Contreras got a couple of votes, understandably so. I think he's been the team's MVP the last 2 years. And for him to take seemingly a 3-month sabbatical to start the season on hitting for power, you're still in a position where you're the best team in the league. I don't know that he can really factor into this equation. I think everybody anticipated Jackson Chourio. Easy year 2. Dave had him in his bold predictions. He was going to be top 3 in MVP balloting, and he's had a very good year, but he hasn't had the year 2 jump into superstardom that maybe some people anticipated. I think it's actually wide open, and I'm excited to hear from Tim Allen coming up in about a half hour from right now on who his team MVP is. Because, Armin, I don't think, unlike years past, I don't think it's a slam dunk.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Billy. There is no slam dunk candidate in that sense. I mean, Bryce Terang has the analytic numbers that people like, has the WAR numbers, but those things don't always jump off the page to people, and I understand that. It's sort of like the year Carlos Gomez had like a 7 WAR because he had a great defensive year. It was great, but it wasn't like people were saying, well, this is the MVP of the league. So I think the case you can make for Freddie Peralta is great. I think the superpower of this team is that you can't find only one guy that's been carrying this team, right? There have been so many guys making contributions at a high level that has been kind of the superpower of this team. I think early in the year, Sal Frelick was that guy for a lot of people. Sal was contributing. He was hitting. He was the one guy that was flirting with 300, and he was kind of the only offensive anchor on a team that was struggling early on with that in the first month or so of the season. But you're right, Billy, as guys have stepped up, Isaac Collins, even Caleb Durbin recently, it's been a mass unit of guys that have kind of collectively brought this team up. But to be a consistent guy at the top of the rotation, to be able to perform the way that he's performed, to be able to deliver the numbers he's delivered, I think Freddie Peralta is as good a candidate as any.
And to do it waving seemingly a finger in the face of many people that just doubted and have always wanted to poke holes in the game of Freddie Peralta. Instead of just saying, hey, man, he's one of the better pitchers that the Brewers have had, and also arguably the best bargain in team history.
Easily. One of the best.
Arguably the best financial bargain in team history. That you always wanted a little bit more. I think you've gotten more this year. Granted, has he had 3 complete games? No.
Nope.
Like you mentioned the innings pitch deal,
Yes.
Armin.
Yes.
Sorry, no one's ever going to touch what those guys did in the 80s.
Never.
I don't care if prime Randy Johnson ran out of the tunnel right now. He's not coming close to some of those numbers. So I think actually maybe the best way to answer this is we watch, and all Brewers fans love different guys on the team. Bryce Terang, Christian Yelich.
A lot of lovable guys.
A lot of lovable guys.
Yeah.
What about the guy that has to hate watch the Milwaukee Brewers, Nick Bruzewicz? Who would you say would be the team's MVP? Because as from a differing perspective, you can look at it as the one guy that I know is breaking the back of my favorite Northsiders on that side. Who would you say is the team MVP through 140-odd games of the Brewers 2025 season?
I don't hate watch. Let's put that out there. I don't hate watch the Brewers. I don't love watch. I'll tell you that. I don't love it, but I like them enough.
I think you need to embrace the hate, Nick. I think once you allow yourself to get to that point, it'll be a lot more fun.
For you, I'll try, but I at this point in my life, I'm not there. I'd say William Contreras, and it's not because of the stats, and it's not necessarily because of. It's because he's out there, because he embodies the message of what this team represents, is that you play for each other every single day. Talking about waving the finger. He's waving a broken finger around all season long.
That's a great point.
And he's been able to get better as the season has gone on. And now he's out there. You have such an outstanding pitching rotation and such a strong bullpen. And he's usually the guy behind the plate commanding those dudes. I'd say he's a team MVP for sure. He has to be put in that conversation. But Yelich is that guy for me. I'd say Yelich is that guy because he's back to form, and I think that raises everybody around him. Armin loves to say, a high tide raises all boats? That's another one of your sayings?
Yes. Yeah, I do like to say that. Yes, the tide lifts all boats, indeed. And Yelich has also added the leadership component as well, right, Nick? I think not that he hadn't been that guy before.
He's that guy, no doubt.
But not that he hadn't been before, but I think he's trying to lean into that more where maybe it's been uncomfortable for him. I don't know, guys. I was thinking last night watching Yelich mash, just one leg away from a cycle. If we have a generational playoff run coming from Christian Yelich, that we might be in for something very special because he's the type of guy that it seems to be really smells the opportunity, sniffs the possibility of the fact that, his career is getting closer to the end and he's realizing what matters most to be a made man and the rest of his career and to put his legacy to the next level. And that's trying to deliver this team, playoff success, obviously, to get to the World Series and try and win the ultimate prize. So I'm sort of trying to manifest it. I don't want to say I'm predicting it, but we might be in store for something generational here from Yelich.
Okay, I hope so, because the stats would not indicate that, right? Like his postseason splits would not indicate generational postseason performer. Sure. So this could be his moment because all you need is one.
Right.
All you need is one. Rhys Hoskins has made a career off of having a phenomenal run in the postseason with the Phillies and then ultimately blowing out his ACL the year after. Kind of gets forgotten about, but get a couple of contracts because of what you do into that postseason time. I wonder, 877-794-1973, like Matt in Milwaukee says, Billy, Jackson Chourio would have had that year 2 jump if he didn't get injured for a month. I mean, sure, but he wasn't making that jump for the first 4 months of the year. Like, Dave, is that unfair for me to say? Like,
no.
He was having a very good year. He wasn't having one of the top 10 offensive seasons in baseball, and he was getting better once he got hurt. But I don't know that fact or that statement is actually true.
Yeah, because he had a 23 game, I believe, on base streak at the time he went on the IL. So, I mean, if that continued, I mean, that could have got him up to having that kind of year 2 jump. And if he goes on the kind of home run spree that Turang went on, where he hits 11 home runs in the month, then it absolutely would go down as that year 2 jump. But he hadn't quite made that big of a jump yet. He's kind of around similar pace to what he was last year. Now, granted, missing the month didn't help, but still kind of around the same pace. So not quite that jump.
He never got as scolding hot as he did a year ago, it felt like. Is that fair to say? Right? Like, I mean, he was hot. There was no doubt about it in the 23-game streak, like Dave mentioned. But it never felt like he was the dude that steps into the batter's box and every other team is saying, son of a gun.
Yeah.
We got to deal with this cat again.
Yeah, he had a slow ascension, actually, of rising to improvement, which he's had. And I think that's, like, you're not saying he's had a bad year by any stretch.
Not at all. No, he's been one of the best players on the team. I don't think he's been the MVP, but –
and he's still, even missing the time, he still had like 500 at-bats.
Oh, for sure.
He still had a lot of, like, it hasn't been like, okay, so he missed all that time, therefore you got no chance of the counting stats. No, that's not been the case. 20 home runs, 800 OPS. He still had a really good year, but you're right. It hasn't had like the whoa, look at this peak, 18 Yelich year where he's going to blow out the water and get MVP.
877-794-1973. Kenny said, good point, Billy. We need to remember that league-wide batting average is like 246, not yesterday's 260 or 265, which would make Yelly's 2025 more like a 280 in years gone by. I don't know how all those I'm not B-Rad. I don't have all the projection and prognosticating numbers and how we can inflate it. But I will
be no math.
Yeah, I can't say it that way. But I will put Yelich into this category. And Armin, I think you made the best point of it. It's the stuff that he has done off the field that I think has changed their vantage point as to what kind of leader and what kind of most valuable piece to a Brewers puzzle Christian
Mhm.
Yelich could be.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me. And we're not in the locker room every day. We're in the clubhouse. I guess is the right way to say it. We're not in there every day. Some of us are. I know Dave is in there a lot. Hunter's in there a lot. But it sure seems like he's embraced that next level of being, at this stage of his career, at this veteran stage of his career, especially with the young team. And you can't tell me that they don't look up to him in many ways. This has always been a guy that's kind of had that stately pride and that's always carried himself with that attitude. He's always been about ball. He's never been in trouble. He's always been that humble guy, and he's always performed. And he's continuing to do that this year, having to come back from the adversity of multiple injuries, multiple lulls in his career a little bit. And he's finally doing it again. So, sometimes a veteran, you smell that. You smell that at the end of your career. You smell that possibility.
Oh, your baseball mortality slaps you in the face when you miss the rest of the season in the postseason with a back surgery.
And you start to embrace your dwindling opportunities to really make your career a made man, a great career, which is playoff success. I mean, getting to a World Series, that's a dream for every player. And the closer you get to the end, the closer your opportunities are dwindling. So
877
that's a big factor.
877-794-1973. Andy brings up maybe the name that everybody hates when we talk about postseason performers, David Freese. Turned his entire career around in one postseason.
Yeah.
And then in game 6 of the 18 NLCS when he hit a leadoff home run and everybody goes, here we bleeping go again.
He did it again to us,
Are
actually.
you kidding?
That was the crazy thing. Obviously, he won that game, but
we're really gonna have to do it with this guy.
And he did it in the World Series, if I'm not mistaken. They were a strike away from losing, and he hit that triple
Against the Rangers,
right
after beating up on the Brewers into Game 6. Mailman Jeff in Madison said, I don't believe Skeens even pitches past the 6th inning either. Could be wrong. Used to be the best pitcher on the team, had to. It was always the best pitcher on the best team. Peralta should be a lock, but, Shohei will probably get more votes just because, and that's sad. Well, Shohei Ohtani is going to get all the MVP votes, and understandably so. Did you see my man go 5 no-hit innings last night?
Nuts last night. I think hit 50, right?
And hit his 50th home run.
The thing is, it's not like you can't sit there and say
fatigue soon.
Yeah,
do
maybe
they get voter fatigue and say, okay, we can't keep giving it to him. LeBron hasn't won one in
It's a great
forever.
question.
Yeah, but
Right? Do they,
I don't think
not,
this is the year,
not
though.
in MLB, not so much. It's not like the NBA with that.
Or in the NFL, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I think Nick, I think
Lamar
you very
probably
much
should have won it last year.
Yeah, points-wise, statistically, he probably should have won it. I actually don't know. Josh might have a better year this year, and people might be interested in throwing somebody else's name in there, like a Justin Herbert or a Jordan Love or a Baker
There we
Mayfield,
go.
20-1 at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet big, bet bold, bet above
Toss
the
a
rest.
couple of bets down, man.
We're gonna. Oh, Nick, trust me.
Like you have to ask him to do that.
Bets have already been thrown down here so far early on here during the day
How
at the
many
Potawatomi
units?
Sportsbook. We don't look at people's units.
Unit
no balls.
size is
Yeah.
important.
Armin's
I
unit is
thought
really
size
solid.
doesn't matter.
Hey, unit size doesn't matter. You should never make fun of someone's unit. You should
I'm
never
not,
unit shame.
I'm
Never.
not unit shaming. I'm
You
just
should
asking
never
about
unit
how
shame.
Just asking about your unit.
Yeah.
877-794-19.
That's what guys do.
Billy used to hate that when a guy would say he's 3 units up. Billy would always roll his eyes on that one. Wouldn't you, Billy? Was that your thing?
I did tend to laugh at the I am 13.64 units in the green here today. But you know what? It's a lot better than me just looking at my bank account every single day and being like, damn, I wish there was more money in there.
All I know is you better add some coin in because my man Lewis is starting to side-eye you with all
Yeah,
this
Luis is
win.
not happy.
Yeah.
Luis is not happy with us hitting a plus 1,100 parlay of the day yesterday. But you know what? We understood the assignment. We knew we were coming into the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We wanted to get some glares. Haley's still being very, very nice to us,
Always
even though
is.
she, I think, was directed to, maybe spit in the food, right? I don't know. Maybe there was a thing of like, hey, how about you tell them that it's not the nicest place ever in the world when they are taking this kind of money from us, but they love you here. When you play, you bet big, you bet bold, bet above the rest. Come out and just have a sandwich, enjoy some games, enjoy some golf that I imagine Zabe's probably watching.
I would imagine there's a tournament he's watching.
There's
Yeah.
some female professional golf outing that somebody's watching. Armin's got the Korean Open here.
No, that's not what we're
on the
watching.
tennis
Billy.
channel.
I don't know if you've noticed on NBA TV what's going on here. We've got Game 7, Bucks Celtics 87 going on right here. Man, we should have won this game. I've been locked into this thing all day. Okay, all morning. I've been locked into this game.
Now you would hate me for turning this on if I was controlling the televisions.
I would, but it does. I would because it was a tough loss to take, but it's also fun to watch this 87
I was
Bucks.
gonna say
team.
this also has to be one of your earliest Bucks memories.
This-
Am I
No way.
Yeah,
No
I
way,
wasn't.
Sam.
I wasn't
You're two.
I wasn't cognitive yet for it. But if you look back at the series, I mean, the 87 Celtics, they had the series with the Pistons after us. We nearly knocked them off. That would have been the magnum opus for the Bucks in the 80s.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It almost happened. So for those that don't know, go back and watch the series. We didn't win it, but we took the 87 Celtics to the limit in that game.
Man, game 7.
Larry Bird said
almost hit that one.
Larry Bird said that was the first time the 80 Celtics saw their own blood, was that series right there when the Bucks almost beat them at home in the Garden. I could go on and on about that, but when I saw that game,
There's a lot of almosts in Wisconsin sports history in the
Bucks
80s.
were up like 10 in the fourth quarter in this game. But it is what it is.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Seriously?
They were. I'm telling you.
I'd have been so mad.
Bird underneath the DJ never almost happened. People don't.
We
realize
almost
that.
robbed that memory.
That's what I'm saying.
We almost robbed that moment. See, almost as good is it's always good in hand grenades
First one to
and
watch.
horseshoes.
Yeah.
Not at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, but in Wisconsin sports in the 80s, almost was pretty damn good. You got parades in baseball. You get Armin still waxing poetically 40 years later about a team that almost beat the 80 Celtics. But now we're in a spot where we don't want to go almost. We want to have Jaden Reed in a hospital bed after surgery saying, we're going to the bowl, bruh. Going to the bleeping bowl, bro.
I loved it.
The amount of rocket fuel for that for Packers fans, we'll play you that coming up throughout the day. Wayne Larrabee going to discuss the possibilities of the Green Bay Packers going to the Super Bowl at 11:20. Tim Allen's in 15 minutes. We're live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Nick Bruzowitz, Dave Gasper, Armin Sari, and I'm Billy Schmidt. It's no BS statewide on the game.
It's one of the most anticipated games of the season.
There's a few iconic franchises in the NFL.
Featuring two of the most storied franchises in league history.
I played for one of them for 18 years.
Green Bay.
This is another one.
Pittsburgh. Sunday night, October 26th, the legend and his backup meet for the first time. And Zabe, Butch, and the Russ Darrow Automotive Group want you to watch the game with them in the Steel City. With thousands of vehicles available, now is the perfect time to trade in, trade up, and drive home in the car, truck, van, or SUV you've been dreaming about. Shop the entire inventory and lock in savings today at russdarrow.com. Get to thegameandstuff.com contests and sign up to win this epic road trip with the fellas.
Love versus Rodgers. Let's go.
Thegameandstuff.com/contests.
Drew and KB here. Join us at 2 o'clock. We're going to have a special Beers on the Table with Brewers General Manager Matt Arnold.
And we're going to follow that up with a great Drew and KB show, Adam Pavlak, and the Wizard of Washington County, Paul Wagner.
Join us at 2, Drew and KB.
The ultimate celebration of music.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is happening this Friday and Saturday.
live in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. 16 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
And listen live on the free iHeartRadio app.
This Friday and Saturday night, starting at 9:30.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing a schedule, and responding to Jim's long emails. Leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC at Dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
The best bulls in the world have come to town. For bulls and their riders, those 8 seconds go by in a heartbeat. 8 seconds to become a champion, or nothing. It's bull time. Busch Light PBR Milwaukee, presented by Cooper Tires, bucks into Fiserv Forum January 16th and 17th. Get your tickets now at pbr.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. This is America, and this is PBR.
KB here for Pep's Draft House Pizza, the official pizza of the Drew and KB show. The Taproom Double, the Prohibition Special, the Brawl and Buffalo Chicken, or the 5-meat mash. These are just some of the big flavors Pep's brings to your kitchen. Preheat the oven, turn on the game, grab your favorite beer, and make your house a draft house today.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Celebrate 100 years of high-flying dunks, 100 years of show-stopping moves, and 100 years of changing the game. Bring the whole family and be part of the legacy. This game is once in a century. Be there at Fiserv Forum on December 26th. Go to HarlemGlobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
Jason, what are you singing?
Working on a new jingle to promote Capital's $49 drain clearing. When your sink fills up with gunk, don't stress, don't whine. It's only $49.
Don't take this the wrong way, man, but I'd stick to plumbing, heating, and cooling if I were you.
That's fair, but people need to know that we clear clogs for only $49.
Fine, but I would have rhymed gunk with junk. It's so obvious.
Call CapitalCares.com. Introducing the new Dell AI PC powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing a schedule, and responding to Jim's long emails. Leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC at Dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
At Straight Talk, we get it. You say no a lot.
Mom, can I get a tarantula? No. Coffee? No.
So we're giving you more reasons to say yes, like a free 5G phone with real unlimited data with select plan activation.
Can I use the free phone?
Yes. See, doesn't it feel good to say yes to more?
Absolutely. Face tattoo? Absolutely not.
Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. In-store activation of Gold Unlimited plan or higher required. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey. More like Mira joyed that Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at Walmart.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Make 97.3 The Game your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
Live from the all-new Iron Jock Studios, built by Rima Remodel, this is No BS with Billy and Sarya.
I've waited for this. I'm so excited.
On The Game.
Almost dropped out to move to LA, where I was almost famous for almost a day. And
No BS live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet big, bet bold, bet above the rest. And you better believe tonight, if you're going to Brewers and Angels, best way to get there to and from Potawatomi Sportsbook shuttle. Right here in the annex, Armin. Just
right here.
Same day drink at the bar, buy a drink, get a wristband, ask for the wristband for the shuttle.
Like that.
And then they show them, flash, get in there, get in, dropped off right near the first base line.
Love that. Easy.
In, out, pick you up at the same spot, bring you right back here. Start about an hour before first pitch. Call it 5:30 for a 6:40 first pitch tonight. They'll run until everybody gets back here after the game. I took it last week. It was a phenomenal way to go in and to and from the game.
What a great experience.
Not have to worry about the parking.
Right.
And also maybe be able to cash a parlay of the day winning ticket here after the game.
That's the best part. I mean,
it's baked in.
You're going to win your bets. You're going to win your parlay, obviously if you tail Billy. And you get to cash it here and your whole night's paid for. How about that? I mean, come on, let's go.
I think Dana White one time said why he loves going out on like date nights in Vegas is because it's the only place where you can get an exquisite dinner, a couple of phenomenal drinks, and then make money. The only place. Now, it's the only place also that generally that can also cost you 3 times as much.
It could go either way. It could go either way.
But you can actually get paid for that. Thank you, Nick.
Just win. Come on.
Win. It's that easy. It should be that easy when you pick up and pull up to the Potawatomi Sportsbook and enjoy a phenomenal day. Brewers game 2 of the series coming up tonight against the LA Angels. 414 said, Man, baseball's on life support. I just want to hear about the Packers. Baseball's 2 home runs away from being golf. Now, I would disagree. I would say baseball's 3 bunts away from being golf. Because what you did there is you threw the most exciting play in all of baseball in with maybe the most boring sport. A bunt would be more similar to the putting of golf that would put me to sleep.
Yeah, I think he messed up.
Is that fair?
I think he messed up his dig there. Unless his point that
because I do like the shot. Like I actually do like the veiled shot
at golf.
At golf.
Oh, okay.
And at baseball.
Well,
Listen, hey, we all got different things. We all like different things.
Right, that's true.
When our team is the best in the sport, guess what? People in the city will like it a hell of a lot more.
Well, it's absolutely
That's
true.
not a bad deal. That doesn't make anybody a bad fan, or it just means when the team wins, more people will follow and enjoy.
I'd also argue that baseball's popularity is increasing due to their recent rule changes. I think aren't the attendance numbers up and some of the viewership
attendance numbers are way up. Absolutely. They have been trending back up. The pitch clock surprisingly has been a big help to getting the games kind of more around 2.5 hours, making it flow a lot better.
Last night felt long because the first inning actually took an hour. Dave.
Sure.
Yeah.
Compared to like it being an inning done in maybe 42 minutes as of late.
Yeah. I mean, hey, maybe baseball's not for everyone. I mean, some people can't appreciate the Mona Lisa. Some people can't appreciate, very nice, very nice steaks. Some people don't like that kind of stuff, even though it's delicious. It's art. It's wonderful. Some people, it's not for them.
I thought you were going to start doing some more art metaphors on us.
I think Dave was trying to get to the next art metaphor, and then realized he didn't have another art
Mona Lisa's where it stopped.
which I appreciate him then just saying, you know what, I'm going to pivot. I'm not going to go Billy and say, you know what, the 2017 NFL draft was cheeks. There was nobody that was ever any good in there, and just make something up, right, Nick? Sometimes you just got to buy in, know that you're out, and punt.
Not one Hall of Famer from that class yet.
Right?
Yet. So, I mean,
there you go, Nick. Absolutely. They didn't get the votes yet.
The jackets haven't been handed out.
They didn't get that call yet.
Nick Brusowitz with a Harlem Globetrotters-esque ball spin right there. That was epic.
That was
impressive. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that, by the way. 877-794-1973. A lot more throughout the talk and text line. Bricky said, are the Brewers going to hang a banner if they say stay the best team in baseball and then lose in the first round of the playoffs? Well, that conversation was brought up by our friend Armin Sarian before the show here today, and we are going to bring it up on the other side of this timeout with our friend Tim Allen. We're also going to discuss more of the fun things and the exciting things about the team, like who is the team's MVP. Because, Bricky, they will have one banner. It will be for the NL Central Division Championship. They don't do the Commissioner's Trophy is actually the championship trophy in this sport.
That's true.
There's other sports where the Commissioner's Trophy is for the best regular season. They don't hang that banner in baseball. Brewers will enjoy it, though, if indeed they finish there. 877-794-1973. Talk about it with our friend Tim Allen of the Baseball Postgame Show. On the other side, who's the team's MVP in 2025? Don't think it's a slam dunk as it's been in years past. We'll ask Tim Allen next on the game.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
This season, Drew and KB and Buffalo Wild Wings around the state are teaming up for the Football Feast. Every Thursday, get your feet on with buy one, get one boneless wings, $4 Miller Lite and Coors Light 22-ounce drafts, and someone is going home with Packers tickets.
This Thursday, we'll be live at the Buffalo Wild Wings in Fitchburg on McKee Road. Badgers quarterback Billy Edwards Jr. will join us, and you could win tickets to Packers and Bengals.
The Football Feast with Buffalo Wild Wings and 97.3 The Game.
For award-winning injury lawyers, when you're injured, you call Nicolay Law. Get the beer, get the win.
Football season is here, people. Yes, Sirski. This is Pac-Man Jones. If you're trying to win this season, you got to get with BetOnline. We're talking the latest odds, player props, all in one space. Easy sign-up, best bonuses, lightning-fast payouts, and always first to market. BetOnline, the game started here.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya guselkumab may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Looking for something new? Try fencing, the Olympic and Paralympic sport that mixes speed, strategy, and fun. It's like chess meets cardio. Quick feet, quick decisions, and a satisfying beat when you score a point. Kids, teens, and adults can start anytime. No experience needed, and many clubs have loaner gear. Coaches teach fundamentals and safety from day one. Find a beginner class near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing. That's usafencing.org/tryfencing.
The Fox 6 weather experts are presented by AdventKnows.com.
A few pockets of fog still possible this morning, but not as bad as recent mornings. Then it's sunshine and lots of it. 84 inland, should be closer to 80 lakeside with a breeze off the water this afternoon. Overnight tonight, we'll see some patchy fog again, dropping to 50s and 60s. I'm Fox 6 Chief Meteorologist Rob Haswell.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help you troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Green Bay football fans, the party starts 3.5 hours before every home game at the Resch Expo Plaza Pit Stop with iHeartMedia. Free to the public, no ticket required. Enjoy food, drinks, live bands, and special features like the Bloody Mary Bar, Cheap Shots Bar, the Tipsy Tapper Beer Trailer, sampling stations, and more. Located right across from Lambeau Field, in front of the Resch Expo. The Plaza Pit Stop is your game day party headquarters all season long.
Touchdown, Wisconsin! Join us Saturday. It's the Big Ten opener against the Maryland Terrapins.
Badgers Game Day is live at 7 a.m. Kickoff at 11 on Milwaukee's most listened to sports station, 97.3 The Game.
No BS, live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet big, bet bold, bet above the rest, and enjoy a day here like our friend Carl just stopped by. He was making a couple of morning investments, getting himself prepared for the entire day. I love that.
Well, Carl.
Come by, say hi.
Carl was the personification of our great listeners, in my opinion, right? Guy that comes down just enjoying ball, enjoying the sports.
Enjoying
book,
the day.
Has his Wisconsin football T-shirt on. He's
Gives
ready
you
for
a nice little shot at being a Marquette
He
fan.
did. Gave me the Marquette shot, which was fine. It was all in good fun.
But then backed it down instantly.
oh,
It's
he
like,
said,
my brothers
my
went
brothers
there.
went there. It was that was my kind of energy right there.
I was really hoping he was going to at least make you sweat for a good 30, 40 seconds and say I actually hate Marquette.
Billy,
and
I got-
everything that it stands for and everybody that ever went there.
I got news for you, Billy. It isn't the first time when you're a Marquette alum you hear a Marquette dig. It isn't the first time, and it won't be the last, and that's okay. That's
You
just
become
the
a
way
little
it
bit
is.
immune to him.
Well, you just start to get used to Marquette guy here.
Here he
Here
is.
we go.
Okay.
Here we go. That
Where's
is
your
right.
sweater around?
Yes, yeah. I should just walk around. I haven't worn my gold sweater vest
I love
in a
that we
while.
immediately went for the exact same dig.
You got to lean into it.
Around his body. One's tied around his neck.
They're
and
all
one's
around his neck.
waist.
What are we doing here?
Bro, I used to look great in my
Oh.
gold sweater vest. I retired it after the Bradley Center was done, though. I haven't worn it since. That was
Bring
the
it
Bradley
back.
Center vest. That
Are
was
you?
Yeah.
Did you wear it underneath your get? Now I should know this.
Underneath.
Did you wear it underneath your get up when you proposed at the Bradley Center?
No,
lot?
no, I didn't.
Okay,
It was a hot day when I proposed.
I just didn't know if that was it had too much sentimental value that you were going to bust it out one more time for
No,
a
I
very,
didn't.
very important sentimental moment. in your
The
life.
sentimental moment was our first date, which was Bucks Lakers. So I didn't want to bring the Marquette aspect into it either. So no, I didn't.
Oh,
No,
that's true. That's
actually, I
a good
didn't
point.
think about that at all, Billy, to be honest.
Now that you think about it, you probably would have went back and maybe
Maybe.
changed it up. I like
It all worked out, so it all worked out. That's good.
877-794-1973. Effort and get our friend Tim Allen, the host of the Baseball Postgame Show, on in a moment's notice here at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, where you bet big, bet bold, and bet above the rest. Had a message in here, a bunch from our friend T. Pewaukee. He said, I blame it on the All-Star break. They even said that Miz would be pitching while he was on the IR. Why would you mess with a young pitcher when he's riding so high? I will never know. I do wonder with Jacob Mizorowski's availability and how much we started talking about this a little bit and factoring in yesterday. I'm not positive as to what his role come postseason time will be.
Yeah.
He's not in the category where in 18 you had three different dudes, two of which, Hader and Jeffress, were used as like firemen. When something went crazy or haywire for a starter, they were the first ones to be deployed
At any time.
That's a Nick Mears and I think Aaron Ashby
I think
deal
Ashby,
right now.
I think Ashby's that guy. Yeah.
And I struggle, and we were trying to find a different way for it yesterday. Like if you're, especially in a short series, I don't know where he factors in, even though I know they want him to factor in, right? Like I don't know how great he'll be coming out of the bullpen. Definitely has to be a clean inning, clean slate. But there's a lot of ways to it. But if he's going to pump 102, yeah, I think you got to find a way to get him into the rotation and get him onto a mound. Tim Allen joins us now from the Baseball Postgame Show. Timmy, is that fair? Like I'm trying to craft the perfect scenario, and maybe it doesn't exist for Mizorowski's playoff possibilities and deployment, but I'm reticent to put him into a position where, hey, you need to bail us out of a spot because you're asking a lot out of a 23-year-old guy who can, and I think he's shown us a couple of different times, kind of go pear-shaped in a tough spot every once in a while.
Yeah, he could, guys, but I will say this also. Compare him to who you might want out there in a tighter ball game out of the bullpen.
Oh, that's a fair point.
in middle innings.
Mhm.
So I think that's an easier way maybe to break it down a little bit.
Yeah, good point.
So do you want Grant Anderson? Do we, so you start comparing these guys. We know Yoel Payams would not be involved. So that one,
correct.
that one would be easy. But just coming back from injury, DL Hall, would you want Mizorowski or DL Hall?
I think most people would say they.
Well, you ask it like that, it's a lot harder.
I think
right.
Most people are going to err on the side of the gas, right? They're going to err on the side of stuff.
Probably.
They're going to sit there and say, if I'm taking my chances either way, I'm taking my chances with the guy that can run it up to where he is. The results have been inconsistent. So I think tell me if I'm wrong, guys. I think both things are true. On one hand, there's no clear defined role for him right now in the playoffs. But I think the other thing that's true is you definitely, if you weaponize him right, he'll definitely help you at some point to win games.
You're the manager, Armin. You're the manager. How would you use him?
I think I'd use him in short spurts, max 2 innings. I think when teams start to see him, the issue for him has been control in big innings. when teams start to see him a few times around, they maybe can pick up some stuff on him. So you don't want to get a pattern on him a little bit. I think I'd use him in situations where you need strikeouts as well. I think that's the other thing.
Okay, fair enough. So what I'm hoping for Misiorowski is that he recaptures that, that innocent, young and inexperienced, and I'm just going out there doing my thing. Like he burst onto the scene here this season with his major league career. You see that a lot with major leaguers. Their first at bat, their first game, their first week, their first start, all of those things. I mean, I could cite example after example, going all the way back to Tyler Houston in Wrigley in a Cubs uniform.
Yes.
When he burst onto the scene, they don't feel it because, hey, they're just going out and doing my thing. I won't say young and dumb but some people would try to recapture that, because that was his essence when he burst onto the scene, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Timmy, I like that you mentioned it, the innocence of it, because I don't think, like KB was saying it, and I don't think the word is necessarily wrong, of like the immaturity feel. Like, I don't love laughing at the fact that we can't throw strikes. I don't love that.
Yeah.
But I do, to your point, Timmy, want a little bit of the I'm so confident in my stuff that I'm stunned when it doesn't work attitude. Does that make sense?
Yes. And then when I get all the attention because it's been working so well, it's just like, oh gosh, shucks, sort of guy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping to recapture. Hey, he's going to be in the postseason, I would assume. Assuming he's in, and one would think that that's the right assumption. But they're going to use him. I mean, what does Murph say? You're on this 26 man. You will be used. You're going to play. And that's just the bottom line. He's going to be in there. Maybe he just electrifies everything. And he's, we look back on a couple, 2, 3, 4 appearances in mid to late October, and we say, this kid is amazing. It could happen, guys. It could.
I love it. Just a couple 2-tree missteps and a couple 2-tree beers, and you forget about it right away. I mean, that's how soon it can be forgotten.
And it's how you use them. And I'm going to say it. You guys might be shocked. Corbin was that guy in 18. He was deployed out of the bullpen and was absolutely electric for the Brewers down the stretch.
However,
They've hit important spots.
Billy, you want to point out the other example of a rookie that it didn't quite work out quite so well?
Well, the one that didn't work out very well would be Aaron Ashby.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that didn't work out would be Aaron Ashby. But in 18, the other guy that was kind of similar to what you said was Brandon Woodruff.
Absolutely. Neither of those guys were starters yet. Yeah.
No, and there is something, but again, maybe I'm being too in the moment of it, Timmy. There's some tipping point feel where it can get away from him, and you have to be able to combat that. Also, William Contreras is a big part of it.
Yes,
he's a big part of that. And it leads us into the question that we've been asking most people throughout the day. What's the question here today is, who's the Brewers MVP in 2025? Because I think it's been rather slam dunk over the last 2 years that it's been Contreras. I think counting stats would clearly put Yelich into the conversation. The numbers guys would say it's Bryce Terang, and you're an idiot for saying anybody else. Timmy, I know that they have different awards for it. Freddie Peralta, in my opinion, is the MVP because of what he's done consistently, elevating not only his performance, but being the steadying force in a rotation that has gone through a ton of turmoil health-wise throughout the year. Who would Tim Allen say is the MVP of the Brewers 2025 team?
Pitching staff slam dunk, yes, it's Freddie Peralta. If it's a team MVP, I think, again, it's Freddie Peralta. It's a 260 whatever ERA. He grabs the ball every 5 games. He's been sturdy and stellar. It's just amazing. We talked about it last night a little bit, that he's going to garner a bunch of Cy Young votes. He will.
He should.
He should. Yeah. You're right, Armin. He should. Now, on the position player side, I think you summed it up. So it was Contreras for a couple of years, and we all thought that was going to, things happen. Baseball happens.
Mm-hmm.
And we all thought that was going to happen for the next 5 years. So it'd be 5-6 years in a row, Contreras. Well, then, you see what happens with Contreras. The number's down a little bit, but still solid, still good. I'm not knocking him. And then for the bulk of the season, until he took off, once he took off, I should say, was Bryce Terang. I mean, everyone was just saying Bryce Durant is the MVP. Look at the skill set. Look at he does everything well, and he does so many things. And all of a sudden, sneaky good, this little veteran starts playing ball a little bit like we all have wanted for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
And that dude, I don't think you can deny it. I think it's going Yelich. I really do, guys.
Because Timmy, I think, and Nick Brusewitz brought up a good point when we talk about it in the NFL, that there's a levels to how you impact the team, right? It's value. It's not who's the best player.
Mm-hmm.
It's not who is the best hitter. It's whose value is more to the team. And like last year, Josh Allen, he meant so much more to the Buffalo Bills than, listen, Derrick Henry and company on the Baltimore Ravens. I think they were winning 8 games, even if Lamar wasn't on the team. But for the Brewers, like when you see Yelich and how everybody reacts to him, I don't know that his numbers do enough justice to the impact and value that he has on the roster.
Great story. It's another great story filled into this special season. Special stories, special season, special results, hopefully. But Yelich has just been outstanding. A lot of people wondered, where are you going to get all the home runs that Willy Adames left with? Well, did you write in Yelich for a bunch?
No.
Now, again, to be fair, did you write in 17, 18, maybe even 20 for Bryce Durant? Maybe not.
No, but Timmy, I also didn't. And this might be bad. I don't know that I penciled in 140 games for Christian.
That's the thing, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
like, and he's trending to. He's tonight if he plays, he's playing his 140th game of the year. I think that is almost even a bigger number for him.
Crazy big number. And you know, Vaughn to make up a few home runs, you know, big stroke of luck there to make up for not only Adames, but for Hoskins as well, because his homer number is down. We all know that due to injury. But Yelich, I mean, it's the lead. He's the leader clearly, maybe. So I guess that's not so
clearly
clear,
maybe.
is it?
I like that.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
clearly maybe.
Okay.
Kind of like the letter. Clearly maybe.
Right. So let me rewind here a second. Can we hit the pause button?
Pause. We're good
Yeah.
at. We love that on this show.
It's starting to look clearer that maybe I underestimated the leadership skills of Christian Yelich.
Oh my goodness. Hold
Come on, Tim.
Hit the breaking news sounder. Tim Allen just said another good thing about Christian Yelich, Dave. Come on, Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Oh my God.
This is breaking news. Big
this is
news.
so happy. It makes me so
From
happy.
Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference.
Timmy, but I told the joke and I told the story the other day when our friend GE legitimately had to like 5-star him in the chest. The spring training after they make the trade, like, man, everyone wants to talk to you. Everyone wants to hear from you. He goes, all right, I'll give you 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And now you put him in front of a microphone, and it is an Energizer Bunny. It's awesome.
In his own delivery way.
Yes.
That's amazing.
In his own way, in his own fashion, he is A1. And this man, in any form or fashion, with any sauce, with any accoutrements, his post-game show is the best around. Tim Allen will talk to you after the game tonight.
You got it, guys.
There he is, the franchise. He'll be talking after Brewers and Angels tonight. We're at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We're going to talk to Wayne Larrabee in about 25 minutes, live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's no BS on the game.
Hey, guys, what's going on? It's Tim Allen. Brewers closing in on a division title. Just 11 games remain in the regular season, and we're talking about it. Join Pipe Bomb and me tonight. Post-game show with Potawatomi Sportsbook on the game.
Grab the contest rules for 97.3 The Game at thegamemke.com.
You're not just tired, you're drained. Dragging yourself out of bed, powering through work with caffeine, skipping workouts, zoning out at home. That 6 to 10 o'clock evening window, it used to be your time. Now you're barely holding on. Lower energy, poor sleep, no drive. If that sounds like you, it might be low testosterone, and you're not alone. It's Drew Olson from 97.3 The Game, and I was in that exact spot with less gas in the tank. I got tested at Game Day Men's Health, and it changed everything. I've been amazed the level of service I've received at Game Day and how quick the treatments are. It's part of my routine now. You can make it part of yours. They are looking to help you at Game Day Men's Health. It's fast, it's simple, and it's built for guys on the go. Like no waiting rooms, no awkward questions, just a free T-level test and real solutions that work. You've got a life to live. Don't waste it on the couch. Go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com and book your free testosterone test today. Game Day Men's Health. Get into one of the 5 area locations, get results, and get back in the game.
Are you sick of living with outdated, worn-out countertops but are unsure of who to trust with the job? This is Eric from Granite Direct saying we're here to help. From humble beginnings more than 15 years ago, Granite Direct has built a reputation as the go-to place for natural stone and quartz countertops. From the moment you walk in the door, you'll start to experience the Granite Direct difference. Our knowledgeable, no-pressure sales team will guide you through the countless options and answer all your questions along the way. And you'll leave confident that you've made the right choice. Then peering out into our shop, you'll not only notice the state-of-the-art machinery, but expert craftsmen inspecting and putting on the finishing touches, making sure every job is just right. Then the day arrives. You look out your window to see a Granite Direct truck in your driveway. That's when one of our experienced install crews, treating your house like their own, expertly install your new tops, turning your vision into reality. Look, we're not super fancy, but we love what we do, and we're really good at it. If you're ready to make a change, we're ready to help. Where technology meets craftsmanship, we're Granite Direct.
Hello, smart and good-looking listeners. Chef Adam Pavlak here, friend of the Drew and KB Show. I would like to invite you to join me and some culinary friends for the 7th Annual Milwaukee Chef Collaboration Dinner. The event, which will be held Sunday, November 9th at Elder and Rhyme on Mayfair Road in Wauwatosa, is like a culinary all-star game. 13 of the top chefs in the Milwaukee area will join forces for an 11-course dinner that will feature beverage pairings from Tripper Duval of the Lost Whale and music from Joe Ray. Proceeds from the event will benefit my charity, of course, Cooking for Kids, along with Hunger Task Force, Girls on the Run of Southeastern Wisconsin, the Alzheimer's Association, Running Rebels, and other local charities. For information and to purchase tickets, visit cookingforkidswi.org. That's cookingforkidswi.org.
You ever hear a deal so good you think, what's the catch?
Yes, when I got a free gym membership, and the catch was I still had to go.
Well, right now, Capital is offering great financing, no catch.
No selling a kidney?
Nope, just easy financing and honest service during Capital Credit Days. Now through October 31st, air conditioners start as low as $65 a month, furnaces only $59 a month, or a complete system only $117 a month.
Capital, where you choose cool or cozy with no catch financing.
Call CapitalCares.com.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. This is WRNW-FM Milwaukee, 97.3 The Game.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that for Bree's car.
Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Bree's car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah. Breathe happy for Breeze. La 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 la.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay, with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
Make 97.3 The Game your number 1 preset on our free iHeartRadio app, powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
We call it Wagertainment.
All right, place your bets, place your bets.
VSiN every night at 6. Presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest on Fox Sports 920.
iHeartRadio is the easy-to-use app for music and radio. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Drop it.
He's very knowledgeable, very intelligent guy, very personable guy.
Here's Doug Russell.
I'll start at American Family Field where the Brewers get back in the win column.
But that's okay. It's double socks. Yelich into center. This is hit well. It's back, and it is gone. Christian Yelich goes deep. It's 5-0 Milwaukee.
Jeff Levering on FanDuel Sports Network with the call. The Brewers beat up on the Angels last night, 9-2. So Yelly, he was great last night, right?
Freddie, 5. Oh, yeah.
Freddie, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 10 strikeouts, 2 walks.
And just systematic destruction of a team that likes to strike out. And luckily, Dave Gasper gave us the pertinent information yesterday, Doug, that the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, who play in Orange County, right near
In California.
right near Disneyland.
Yes.
That's why my wife wants to go to that stadium and not Dodger Stadium. Like, well, sorry.
It's like an hour and a half away.
We're going to Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to make 2 days out there in LA if that's going to be the
There
case.
you go.
They strike out more than any team in baseball. Dave, they struck out 80 more times than the Rockies, who have won, like 38 games?
Yep.
So that felt like easy money for Freddie Peralta to be able to dominate last night. However, Doug, we've been asking everybody for their MVP. I struggled to not give it across the entire team to Peralta because everybody's asked for him to take that leap, and now he has taken that leap. And I think now we got to be able to see and appreciate that leap that he's taken that we've all wanted him to for the lifetime of this contract.
You're not wrong. We're talking. Obviously, we're talking about team MVP, correct?
Team MVP. Yeah. Not league MVP or anything. No.
I don't think you're wrong. I think you can make an argument for Yelich.
Mm-hmm.
You can make an argument.
You make an argument for Terang?
Right,
like,
Terang,
Yeah, because he got the power stroke down.
Funny thing
And
is,
the
we
defense.
haven't mentioned Sal much, but early on in the year, he was everyone's MVP because of
It was the summer of Sal.
The summer of
Yeah,
Sal. The
listen,
average.
Val's pals.
Here, not statistically necessarily, but you can make a case for Contreras too, playing through that
Absolutely.
injury.
And Nick made it. And
I did.
Contreras has been the team's MVP for the last 2 years. And I
Yeah.
don't even know that it was all that
Yeah.
close, Doug. So, like, it's a weird feeling, not surprising. When your team takes another step up, there's going to be multiple guys that I think could compete for that award. But I just, man, you watch the way Peralta is taking the ball every fifth day in a rotation that otherwise every other person has been in and out of that rotation.
Yeah.
So him being the only constant, seemingly the entire team, is pretty remarkable. And I hate to say it this way because there's still hopefully a month and a half, 2 months to still play. One hell of a way to go out if that's
Yeah.
the way he goes out as a Milwaukee Brewer.
And he's either going to be second or third, no worse than fourth in the Cy Young Award balloting.
Yep.
Nobody's going to beat Skeens, but Freddie's been incredible across the board this year.
Go ahead, Dave.
And as Pat Murphy's just kind of adding into the Contreras point, as Pat Murphy says, every single time there's a good pitching performance, you got to credit William.
Yeah, every
Got to credit
did it
William.
last
Every
night as
single
well.
time pitchers are doing well, credit William.
Yep.
Bill, you brought the point up, Billy. If they were voting on this award 20 years ago, Freddie might beat Paul because there was such an insistence on pitcher wins back then that he definitely could have had more votes in the Cy Young Award.
I'll tell you this, he's
And the
not
fact that the
40
best-
to 1 on the gambling
Right.
line.
Even
if
10 years
this
ago.
is 10 years ago.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Rick Porcello won the Cy Young in 2016 with a 22-4 record and never received any Cy Young votes at any other point ever in his career.
That's a great pull.
What a year.
Wow.
That's a tremendous
That's
pull.
a great example.
Sorry, Porcello
I-
and your family listening.
I hate to
But
bring
he
up,
won the Cy Young.
and Vuk won in 82, and I hate to bring it up. He didn't have an amazing
Jim
ERA.
Palmer had a better year.
The reality is,
Sorry.
Vuk was on the winning team, and he won a lot of games, and he had a lot of great run support. It wasn't a bad pitcher by any stretch.
No.
And then you go to like Teddy Higuera in 87 or 88 that had like a whip of like 0.9 and didn't get any votes. So you never know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just the way it is, you know.
Well, the Brewers beat the Angels last night 9-2. Also, the Cubs beat the Pirates 4-1. So the Brewers' magic number to clinch the division is down to 7. That's not even something that Yelly wants to even think about yet.
We didn't talk about a magic number at all today. So
I love that. I love
yeah,
that.
it was just, hey, we need to play better and continue to do what we need to do out there. And, coming off an off day, going in a new series, like, you got to get out the gates well and make sure that, at least position players and, that we're doing what we're supposed to do.
So the Brewers in their last week and a half, last 10 games or so, I mean, you're talking about a team that's kind of middling, and that's okay. All the Brewers needed to do is play 500 ball, and the math is as they say, not mathing for Chicago to win this division. The magic number is 7. There's only 11 games left to play. You've got a 5-game lead. It's just a matter of when, if not if, the champagne flies somewhere. Hopefully at American Family Field, because it's always more fun at home when you clinch
could be
at home.
St. Louis, right? It depending
Sure.
on
Yeah.
the way things
Depends
shake
on all
out.
falls.
I love that Yelich quote though. It had a lot of Kobe Bryant. What's there to be happy about?
Job's not finished.
Energy, right?
Yeah.
Or Jason Tatum, right? Jason Tatum also wanted to do that one.
Did
too.
he do the same thing?
Yeah.
That Kobe
I just figured there was a great all-time quote Jason Tatum also tried it.
Yeah, he tried.
Right.
He tries to do everything Kobe
Miss
did.
Tried it.
100% of the shots you don't take.
He texts Kobe.
I like that.
Wayne Gretzky, Jason
We
Tatum.
did it.
It's just so weird. I'm sorry, but it's a different.
Hey, it's
generation.
Aura farming, man. We're trying.
Yeah,
We're trying.
it's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Game
Sorry,
2 is
Dougie.
no, that's
Bad
okay.
crop, though.
Game 2 is tonight, starting at 6:40. It'll be Brandon Woodruff going up against Jose Soriano. And I know that you guys were talking about the Phillies-Dodgers series going on in LA. Now, Shohei took a no-hitter into the 5th. And then the Phillies came back and put up a 9 spot, beating the Dodgers 9-6. It's, to me, as long as you're one of the top 2 seeds, it doesn't matter if you're the 1 or the 2. You just don't want to play in the wild card round. And
Oh yeah.
I know you want the Phillies to lose as many games as possible because having a number 1 seed is great. It's a nice feather in your cap and everything. But what this series has done so far with the first 2 games of it is it's tamped down the Dodgers and it's put a little bit more separation between the Brewers right now at number 1 and the Dodgers at number 3. So I don't
That's a good
necessarily look at the Phillies winning last night as a bad thing for the Brewers. If nothing else, again, yeah, you want the number 1 seed, but you really don't want to play in the wild card round.
That is very true. And Armin, I would say it this way. I would prefer Game 7 to be at American Family Field if
Exactly.
indeed they play.
Right.
However, didn't work all that well last time. So I do like the idea of you can steal one of the first 2 and then you never have to go back to that hell place.
Well, I
so
agree.
like that's a spot where I'm already spin zoning it, Doug, to if the Brewers are the 2 seed. To your point, the most important thing is that the first time you play is Friday, October, what is that, 2nd?
Oh
4th?
yeah, whatever.
That's
date
the
is,
most
yeah.
important thing is that Friday when the NLDS starts.
Yep.
That's your first playoff.
Correct.
No, I agree with you guys both. I do think there's something cool about, we've been the best team in the NL for most of the second half of the year now, and I'd like to say that way. Something cool about that. But you're right, the bye is more important. This is me, though, not wanting to run for my nightmares. If there was a Game 7, I believe we're going to win it, and I want us to clinch the pennant in Milwaukee in front of our fans. Think that'd be cool. However, we can do it in Game 6, huh? We can do it in Game 6. Or
Brewers
in
in
Game 5.
six.
In Game 5.
Brewers
I'm
in
sorry.
six.
In
For the
Game
culture.
5.
Nice.
Let's sweep them.
For the culture.
It would be in
Brewers
Game
in
5, right?
Yeah, Game
Because
5,
they
you're right.
would go 2-3-2.
Yeah.
And that's, again, the one advantage that is in the baseball playoffs that I do think is a part of it. Like, you then can never have to go back. If you steal one of those 2 games. Then the Brewers did have to go steal one of those games in LA to bring it back in 2018. So there's something to it. It's going to be, listen, I don't care how or where. They could play these games on the moon, Doug.
Yeah.
If they're in the NLCS, I'll be okay wherever it ends up.
Absolutely. That's the
Especially
only
if they
attitude. I think that's the only attitude to have. If you make it to the NLCS, if you make it to Game 7, 2018 home field advantage didn't help. Last year in the wild card round, home field advantage didn't help. There have been times that home field advantage hasn't meant squat,
Sure, it's not a guarantee.
whether
I
it's the
agree.
Brewers, whether it's the Packers the last time they won the Super Bowl. They didn't play. They
Yeah.
didn't have a single home game in the playoffs back in 2010. So
Well, and in what sport would you contend that it means the most / least?
Yeah, it's a
Right? Like,
great
I mean,
question.
baseball's probably the least. Maybe hockey. Maybe hockey.
See, now I would say baseball would be a little bit more just because you get the last at bat.
Bat last
Like,
up.
that's
Yeah,
the
that's a
only
good point.
in the
Yeah,
game
yeah, you're
play where it actually gives you a leg up. But like hockey, they'd always say home ice advantage. Serious thing. I don't know. I've watched like 4 different Stanley Cup playoff series over the last 2 years where the road team has won every single game.
Yeah, and this is a tough question to answer because you tend to remember the exceptions too. But they used to be NFL was always the classic. Like you're not going to beat Green Bay and Lambeau, and I don't think that's the case anymore either with anybody. The Bills had their chance at home. It's not easy to beat teams on the road, but it's not impossible. NBA, I think there's a lot to be said for. I mean, I think college basketball probably has the biggest home crowd.
I was going to say
advantage.
college sports. It
Yeah.
is the biggest. Like college football, you watch quarterbacks go on the road for the first time all the time and struggle. Like Underwood, kid from Michigan, he's a phenomenal player. You watched him at Norman, Oklahoma, and he's like, what?
Yeah,
this is
Well-
not what I had signed up for.
Are you foreshadowing this weekend?
Oh, here
Malik
we go.
Washington first career road start.
Thank
Billy
you,
at
Nick.
Camp Randall. You
Thank you, Nick.
foreshadowing a little
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, I am foreshadowing a little something for a place that needs to be a little bit rocking at 11 a.m.
That's
All right. If we're going to do this thing right, Dougie, and bounce back in a big way going into the bye week, I'll say this. When I walk through all the tailgates on Saturday going into Camp Randall Stadium, I want Jello shots all over the place. Like, I
Amen.
want that place to be live. Because the next time you go in there, middle of October. You're not gonna be able to wear shorts.
Maybe I'll bring some. I'm coming out to the game on Saturday, so I'll see you boys out there.
Let's go.
All right. All right. Come on now.
Doggy Jello shots, Russell.
There you
go.
go.
Vodka in the Jello shots, or what would?
I'm more of a
generally
vodka.
your-
Yeah, I don't. Gin is disgusting to me, but to each their own.
You don't put gin in Jello shots.
You can put gin in anything.
Yeah, you can put
Well,
it in
you
anything,
could,
yeah.
but I just don't think you would. Jello shots are usually like a volume type thing.
Yeah,
It's not like we're making a nice cocktail. It's like
Is gin that expensive?
I just feel like it's not for the people. Like vodka's for the people, for the masses.
Depends on vodka. I mean, great
Yeah,
things
I
college
like-
kids are not going as much gin and tonics as they're going.
I like
Lots
gin.
of Svedka and Smirnoff.
Skull,
and-
Fleischmann,
Oh,
There you
anything
go.
but Fleischmann.
Leap
please.
vodka.
Yeah.
You're not putting
Yeah,
Leap
I throw
gin-
Leap vodka in there. I'll
You're
feel a lot
not,
better.
you're not
yeah.
putting Leap gin in there. You want some football vibes? You're putting Leap vodka. And I'm sorry, what's a terrapin anyway? No one knows what a little small. What's a terrapin
It's a
anyway?
turtle.
It's a small turtle. I know.
So what you do? So what you do if you're on a
weakest
budget
mascot.
with the vodka is you buy one bottle of like say Grey Goose or something like that, and then you enjoy it. Then you go out and like get Roundy's brand and then just dump it into the.
That's
old
what
bottle.
I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, when we're making it for the masses for the college party, you're not getting nice vodka. You're just pouring, Kirkland in there. Let's
I
go.
will say I was a little disappointed in myself last week. It was brother-in-law's birthday, right?
You guys had a great time.
Freshman to 21,
Yeah.
right? Enjoying himself down at UW-Madison. I stopped at the wrong spot. I was going to get him a big old bottle of Leap vodka.
Come on now.
A Piggly Wiggly. What are we doing?
No, you can't get
Go ahead.
that.
Make it say Billy vodka. So I got one autograph bottle, one non.
Oh, Leroy's not going to like hearing that.
I don't know that. No, we went and got it.
Oh, you did get it.
I
Not bad.
rectified the
Oh,
issue.
all right, now we're good.
But I pulled up, looked at the cabinet. I'm like, what happened? Where's the Leap vodka?
Yeah.
No, only Pick and Save. Come on, cuz. What are we doing?
I got lucky though.
that's true.
One day I saw there was an autograph bottle.
That's what I said. I got
lucky.
one autograph bottle,
Yeah,
one non.
summer
I don't know if the frat house is going to appreciate the autographed Leroy Butler Leap vodka bottle as much as probably they should.
They'll drink it either way. It's not one of those. They're not going to keep it. You know what?
They'll
Let's
drink
keep
it. They
this-
just won't
let's
smash
keep,
it at the
Let's
end.
keep this
Yeah,
one
there you go.
unopened. Let's keep this one on. This
Let's
is our
keep this
souvenir.
one unopened. This is our souvenir
This
one.
is our
Yeah.
souvenir one.
We'll enjoy this one. The Packers win the Super Bowl.
Eventually, you crack.
Oh,
into
I like
it.
that.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's
Save it
the
for
way
a
to go.
special occasion.
Yes, no doubt about it. Dougie, we always appreciate it. Cannot thank you enough for your contributions to the radio show. Phenomenal job earlier today, taking us
Great
down here to
job.
Potawatomi. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Game at
absolutely.
60 was awesome. this
Thank you.
Sounded great.
Yeah, talk some baseball today. It was fun.
It is fun. We had somebody say baseball's 2 home runs away from being golf. I said 2 bunts away from being golf.
Okay.
I mean, you don't take the most exciting play in the
Right.
sport
Come
and
on
compare it to the least exciting sport alive.
Well, but the bunt is like the punt. It's more of a finesse than anything else.
Oh, okay. Listen, so maybe people in Iowa like bunting still as much
I hope
That's
so.
possible.
because I know they're big punting fans.
It's an old school thing, and they're old school. Yeah, punting. They love punting.
You got to
Yeah.
have a couple of those. Dougie, we'll talk to you in an hour.
All right, sounds good, boys.
That is Doug Russell hanging out with us here on No BS. He gives us the updates at the top of the hour. We got Bruisers Bites coming up in an hour and 45 minutes. Call that 1 o'clock on the other side. Wayne Larrivee, voice of the Green Bay Packers, going to jump on the phone on the NicolaLaw.com talk and text line, talk some Green Bay Packers with us. Answer the question of, is the NFC better or worse through 2 weeks than you anticipated? And I think that's a loaded question with all of the injuries that are just seemingly all in the NFC, all at the quarterback spot in the NFC. Jaden Daniels now not talking to the media today. Marcus Mariota going to do that for the Commanders. Still a possibility he plays later on this weekend. But we'll talk about the NFL and the entire NFC as the Packers sit somewhat atop it at 2-0 with the voice of the Green Bay Packers, Wayne Larrivee, on the other side. Nick Brusewitz and Dave Gasper are in the iHeart Megaplexes. Armin Sarian and I are here at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. The most beautiful locations in all the country, definitely the Midwest. Best place you're going to invest in the state of Wisconsin is the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Come on down and join us. We're here till 2 o'clock. It's No BS on the game.
Shove that overtime up his can. All I wanna do is put a drink in my hand. To fill it up or throw it down.
You could think you found your dream home online. The kitchen island looks perfect for your inner chef. The backyard, a paradise for your green thumb. And that extra room, hello walk-in closet. But here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. And this sound, yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot of that. Don't let your dream home turn into a nightmare. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000. years.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Drew and KB here. Join us at 2 o'clock. We're going to have a special Beers on the Table with Brewers General Manager Matt Arnold.
And we're going to follow that up with a great Drew and KB show, Adam Pavlak, and the Wizard of Washington County, Paul Wagner.
Join us at 2, Drew and KB.
All right, smart and good-looking listeners, KB here. The inevitable is right around the corner. Winter, snow, wind, freezing temperatures, and if your house is drafty, winter will be miserable. You know, Miss Sue and I are thrilled with our new windows, but windows aren't the only thing that lets winter in your home. It could be your siding. That's why you need Javier and the team at Tilton Windows, Doors, and More. They've kept Milwaukee homes warm and looking good for years. Not only are they experts in window installation, they offer the industry's most advanced solid core siding that will withstand anything Wisconsin winter throws at you. Think about it. New siding protects your biggest investment. It boosts curb appeal, lowers energy costs, and the siding is backed by lifetime limited warranties, including fade protection, and they're even transferable to the next owner of your home. So get your siding project started today. Just go to utilton.com. They'll get back to you and help you get your project started so you can be ready for a toasty warm winter. That's the letter U, Tilton.com.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Come be part of a legacy that never stops. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Whoa! What are these?
Dude, Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks. They've got them in cheesy garlic or pepperoni. They're seriously not messing around. These bad boys bake right in their own tray and come fully loaded.
Okay, these are insane. Is this dinner?
Nope, just the warm-up.
Find Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks, fully loaded. Bring the flavor.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Update and beautify your home with Sherwin-Williams pre-finished siding from Menards. LP SmartSide siding is durable and comes ready to install. Available in 13 timeless colors, it's machine applied for a professional look and coverage. That means no painting and no hassle for years to come. Save big money on all Sherwin-Williams pre-finished siding now at Menards. Plus, view our weekly flyer for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Jason, what are you singing?
Working on a new jingle to promote Capital's $49 drain clearing. When your sink fills up with gunk, don't stress, don't whine. It's only $49.
Don't take this the wrong way, man, but I'd stick to plumbing, heating, and cooling if I were you.
That's fair, but people need to know that we clear clogs for only $49.
Fine, but I would have rhymed gunk with junk. It's so obvious.
Call CapitalCares.com.
For a couple of years now, I've worked with Tom and his team at G2 Insurance for my home and auto insurance, and they have been great. But for all you smart and good-looking listeners that are business owners, you should give G2 a call. They know how busy the life of a business owner can be, and they take all of your insurance worries off your plate so you can focus on your company needs. Whether it's workers' comp, liability coverage, or company vehicles, G2 is here to help. Go to G2INS.com. That's G2INS.com. They are your friend in insurance.
Make 97.3 The Game your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
No BS on The Game. Hanging out with you from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet big, bet bold, bet above the rest. Now you better believe we're talking about the 2-0 Green Bay Packers. That sound and that song can only bring in one man. He's the voice of the Green Bay Packers. He's Wayne Larrabee. He delivers daggers to opponents and seemingly earlier than normal in the 2025, which we appreciate. Wayne, thanks for the time, man. In the midst of watching a full slate of NFL action on the couch and getting a chance to look at the rest of the NFC, did you come out of the weekend thinking even more positive about our Green Bay Packers, or saying, okay, there are a couple more teams that are bigger competition to the green and gold than I had given it credit for earlier on?
Well, I certainly think the way Detroit pounded Chicago kind of maybe illuminated the Packers win opening week over the Lions. I mean, wow. That made that win over the Lions look pretty good.
Totally.
The way the Packers took them apart. Secondly, I mean, everybody's got some little glitches right now that they're trying to work through. And I think Philadelphia is still, one of those teams that's just good as it needs to be. And later in the season, if all goes well from an injury standpoint, they'll probably be real good by the end of the year. But everyone else that I kept seeing, they've got issues. And we're just starting to find out what those issues are now.
Yeah, Wayne, you talk a lot, and I know we've talked about this in the past, how teams in the early part of the season can look very different than they look later on. And it can be important sometimes to knock off some early wins. If you can catch some teams off guard, they won't be necessarily the team they're going to be down the road. Do you think this is a situation where obviously the Packers took advantage of that? Or is there more substance to these wins than we think down the road for the Green Bay Packers?
I hope there's more substance than we think down the road for the Packers, Armin, is my point, because I really think, Detroit is Detroit. And I think Washington is a very good football team. Now, they're going to be without Jaden Daniels apparently for this week, maybe. But they're still a really good overall football team. And the Packers handle both of those teams. And yet I still think, barring major injuries, both Detroit and Washington will be in the mix in December.
Wayne, when you look at what the opponent has to plan for from the Green Bay Packers, I think this is the first time in a very long time that the first name on that list is Micah Parsons. It's a defensive player. It's not a quarterback. It's not a receiver. It's Micah Parsons. At this point, he has to be in the absolute most upper tier of feared opponents in the league, and the Packers got him on their side now.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to see two of the best pass rushers I've seen in a long time in this game this weekend, because Myles Garrett is as dominant a player on the defensive line as I have seen. And just studying him this week, those first two games he played for Cleveland, believe me, this Cleveland defense is good, and it's for real. And this is going to be a very tough slugfest coming up on Sunday on the lakefront of Lake Erie. So, Parsons is number one, obviously Jordan Love. And then a guy I spent some time with yesterday, Tucker Kraft, is also pretty high up now on the scouting report for the opponent.
When you talk to Tucker Kraft, and like you just mentioned, spending some time with him yesterday, Wayne, I love hearing his temperament about the sport. He is one of the guys that when you'd be learning to play football, they'd say, you can be a really nice guy. J.J. Watt gave a speech. We can be really nice guys. We can be good guys, and then we can be mean on the field. Man, Tucker Kraft is like the perfect embodiment of that, because you talk to him, he seems like the coolest cat from South Dakota ever, Wayne, and then he's onto the field, and he's an absolute madman. Do you believe some of that is just continuing to be developed with the confidence in the results that he's putting on tape, or has he kind of always been that and they're just waiting to be unleashed?
Yeah, I think he's more been waiting to be unleashed. I don't think Tucker's had a problem with confidence at any point in his career. Now, he comes from a very small town. He played 9-man football in high school, that kind of thing. He played at a relatively, smaller school in South Dakota State. But nonetheless, I think he came to the NFL with a certain amount of confidence. Otherwise, he doesn't show up the way he did as a rookie a couple of years ago. But now what you're seeing with this guy is, there's leadership. We saw it at the end of last year. He was not happy with the way the Packers finished that season, and he let people know. He said we needed a wake-up call, and maybe hopefully we got it here after the loss to Philadelphia in the playoffs. And so this is the kind of dude he is. Somebody asked him yesterday at this function we were at, well, what do you do when you're, away from football? What do you do after hours when you go home? He says, I go home. And that's it. And the next day I get up and rinse and repeat. More football, and then I go home. So he doesn't do a lot around town. You're not going to see a man. He's not a man about town. Let me put it that way. He's all football, and that's perfect for what the Packers are looking for in their players.
Kraft's got a beautiful wife and a brand new daughter, so he's got a lot going on at home. I'm sure he's satisfied with that. But his story in particular, for those that are unfamiliar, I mean, his dad was a first responder. He passes away when Tucker's in his early teenage years. When Tucker's in school, his mom goes through a debilitating physical ailment. He's got older brothers, but he's kind of running the show, and he's kept that chipper, happy attitude through it all. His teammates at South Dakota State said, no, that's the most positive guy in the room on a given basis. Yet, as Billy pointed out, he's probably the biggest jerk on the field when you're talking about what the opponent has to deal with. His story, it just sticks out, makes you want to love him a little bit more. And he, not to mention, he fits in so well in Green Bay and what the culture is here, just in terms of how he lives his life.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, you summed it up real well. He fits Green Bay.
Yeah, and one other guy, Wayne, that seemingly is fitting Green Bay, definitely fitting the way that this defense plays, is Cowboy Coop. Edgerrin Cooper is garnering more respect, and I think over the next number of weeks he will across football for how he's playing. Do you believe it's more of what they're doing up front that is allowing Cooper to play as freely, or does some more of that respect and admiration, Wayne, need to go to Quay Walker? Because he is the one setting the defense wearing the green dot and kind of allowing 56 to see ball, go get ball, and just make plays.
Well, I think those factors certainly help him, but quite frankly, without those factors last year, and Quay Walker missed the last, month of the season or so last year, Coop emerged. So this is Coop. This is who he is. The Cowboy, he loves the rural aspect of life in Green Bay. And, again, another player, and you have to give personnel some credit here, too. They're bringing people into the fold that fit, the Packers, that fit who they are and what they're doing. And that's a big part of this.
Yeah, he's got horses, I think.
Gotcha.
Just like Travis Jervey had the lion, but that was a different situation. All right, Jayden Reed.
Yeah, you're legally allowed to have horses.
Yeah, it's a little different situation.
Little different.
Wayne, Jayden Reed had the double surgery. Now, I'm not sure if he had it at the same time, but he said he had the clavicle and the foot surgery. Obviously, you never want a guy like that out of your lineup. It's a bummer he got hurt, because anytime he's on the field, he helps you. But I'm trying to think that this could possibly be a blessing in disguise. He had the foot issue he was going to be dealing with anyway. Maybe gets that fixed along with the collarbone. And the Packers, I think, are in the best position they could be to sustain an injury like that. Having Matthew Golden, having Savion Williams, other rookie receivers, along with guys like Dobbs and maybe Christian Watson, who could be back earlier than we thought.
Yeah, as far as depth of position goes, wide receivers probably as deep as it gets for the Packers. And so I think in that regard, you're looking at they're certainly better able to survive this. And what does this mean? Well, Dontavian Wick still gets a lot of targets his way. Why? Well, because he's open. He's open on every play, boys and girls. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And the only reason he didn't have bigger numbers last year was for the first half of the season he was dropping the ball. He corrected that issue down the stretch and played pretty well. Caught 22 of his last 30 targets last year. This year I haven't seen him drop anything, practice or game. So, that's a big factor. Golden will get more opportunities, maybe in the slot, but I'd rather see them keep Golden outside, because I don't want him getting knocked around to the slot. Savion Williams, we'll see how much more time he gets. Right now, he's still kind of that gadget guy that they use. But he, to me, looks like he can run the routes a little bit better than I thought. He's not as raw a route runner as was advertised on draft day. So, I think these guys are all going to get more opportunities. The tight ends, certainly they're not going away from Tucker Kraft. So the Packers are, going to be able to survive the injury to Reed. And as far as the double surgery goes, when I heard that, I said, well, that's good. Because now, when he comes back, hopefully he's going to get a clean bill of health. And if he doesn't come back until December, mid-December even, that's fine. Get him a couple of weeks before the playoffs and then have him ready for that.
Yeah, and I mean, he had himself some fun on Instagram Live last night.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know if you heard it. Listen, they're doing something in there. That looked like a much more relaxed feel than you could ever have. And he was having a good time post-surgery. Good news. Everything was good in the neighborhood, and he's feeling healthy. Wayne, the injuries around football are pretty staggering, especially at the quarterback spot. You mentioned Jaden Daniels. He's not talking to the media today. He might play, but they're going to find out more on Friday. J.J. McCarthy went from they're not ruling him out to now he might miss 4 weeks, I'm hearing Paul Allen say last night. Like, there is some big-time injuries at that position. How have the injuries changed your viewing, and at the quarterback spot, none bigger maybe than Joe Burrow, of just how impactful Love's health last year was and how more important it is for him to have a clean bill of health? And maybe, I get that he gets the angry run scepter, and that's a great deal and good thing to be able to watch. But, Wayne, let's get that young man sliding a little bit more into the open field, unlike he did on Thursday night.
Yeah, you don't want to go a long period of time without your quarterback, and a lot of these teams are facing that. Brock Purdy in San Francisco has been banged up. They had a good performance by their backup quarterback in week 2. So, I've said this before. This first month of the season is the most dangerous. Week 3 is the most dangerous week for hitting in the NFL. Why? Well, because you got a lot of teams who are, 1-1, and they don't want to go 1-2. You have some 0-2 teams who are desperate for a win, and you have the 2-0 teams who don't want to lose a game this early in the season. They're off to a great start. So this is a very intense week. We've already seen major injuries at the quarterback position, and some years are like that in the NFL. But the problem with the first month of the season is these guys are getting into NFL football shape, and at the same time, there are injuries because guys aren't in NFL football shape, and it's not their fault. It's kind of the system they're in right now.
It's great.
Wayne, talking about injuries, it seems like there's a possibility here that the Packers only have 2 more contests without Christian Watson. He'll be eligible to return to action after their Week 5 bye, and he's reportedly chomping at the bit to get back out there. That's a pretty significant addition to a team 1 quarter of the way through the season if it does play out that way that they get him back for their 5th contest.
Well, that would be great, and that's way ahead of schedule from, because he suffered the injury so late in the season. What was it, week 18? Was it last year he went down?
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, for him to be back, or for us to be talking like this, and we all saw him at training camp, and he was running around and doing some work on the side and that type of thing. Boy, he looked healthy to me, I can tell you that. But I'm not a doctor, and I didn't have that kind of surgery. So, but hey, listen, the sooner the better. He'll provide a great dimension to the offense once he does get back and gets back up to speed. So we'll see how it pans out. But that receiver room, again, a lot of options there and a lot of good options in that room. So this is a case where it's not how many guys get injured, it's where you lose guys. What position do you lose a player? Do you lose them in a position where you really don't have a credible backup to go in and replace this guy if he has to, leave for a couple of weeks? That's the big key in the NFL. It's not how many injuries, it's who goes down.
Wayne, how much do you concern yourself with this team handling the success? You heard Xavier McKinney talking about it as locker on Monday, saying like a lot of teams go 2-0. It doesn't matter about how you start. It's all about how you finish and if you continue to get better. Is that any issue for you into how this team does handle some success? Because they say you got to learn how to win each year. Every team's a little different, even though so many of the players are the same from 2024.
No, because most of the guys we're talking about leading that team have been here through the ups and downs. I mean, they were 4-6 2 years ago and went on that playoff run. They sustained. They made a playoff appearance last year with an 11-win season. They lost their last 3 games, including the playoff game. So they've seen the good and the bad. And to be honest with you, Billy, I think it's a young team, but it's a mature team because they've been through the gauntlet. And so in that regard, I think they're pretty level-headed, and I don't think success is going to impact them negatively.
That's a great thing because that is a tough thing. And also handling success and then handling failure. Like, I do believe that, Wayne, I know I'm breaking a lot of glass here in people's shattering dreams. I do think they're going to lose a game, right? Like, I don't think this is a 17-0 outfit, albeit it's becoming increasingly difficult. You look at the schedule to not say, all right, they're 8-0 when they go and when they face Philadelphia in November at Lambeau Field because they play a bunch of backup quarterbacks in teams that are somewhat middling in the group there. Have you had people bring that up to you right away? Like, I don't see a loss until Philadelphia in November.
Yeah, I've heard that line of thought. I just I heard that line of thought, and I said to myself, well, what if they lose at Cleveland? What will the narrative be then? Oh,
right.
My gosh.
The postgame will not be that
locally.
fun. Postgame will not be that fun on Sunday.
And by the way, it's going to be like a trip to the dentist without Novocaine, watching that Cleveland defense. They are really good. All right, Flacco's going to give you a chance. His receivers, but 2 of Flacco's 4 interceptions were bobbled by wide receivers up into the air and picked off by a defender. So they've got a problem. I mean, as bad as the Packers were last year catching the ball, Cleveland was just as bad. And matter of fact, Jerry Jeudy led the universe in drop passes. He had 13 last year, and he's had a couple this year already. So, and by the way, Packers wide receivers in the first 2 weeks of the season, I saw this stat this morning, have not had a single drop. Wide receivers.
Yeah, impressive stuff. A huge improvement so far on what happened last year. But you're right, Wayne. The worst thing you can do is think you got somebody or this league licked. So the Packers have to be vigilant going into week 3. I think that's the thing. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, an esteemed broadcaster in this league. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you're entering your 48th year doing NFL play-by-play. What did you think of the image of Tom Brady, who's been broadcasting on Fox? Also now, he had the headset on in the booth with the Raiders, as a Raiders owner. What do you think of that situation? Is it a conflict of interest? Is it a situation that the league has to look at?
I don't like it, and yes, I think it's a conflict of interest. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think if you own a piece of a football team in the National Football League, and there are a lot of minority owners now, because owners are starting to sell 10% of the team for like $1 billion. Who wouldn't want to do that?
Yes.
But nonetheless, and Brady is so involved with the Raiders. If he was just a typical, like Charles Woodson has a piece of the Browns, I believe it is, but he's not in their facility. He's not talking to them about how they're going to defend this team or that team or anything like that. Brady is apparently very much involved with, with preparing the Raiders for their games week to week by talking to the different coordinators. So I think this is a conflict of interest. I agree. I agree with those who feel that way.
Wayne, I think the other part of it is I just couldn't see Tom Brady half-assing anything.
That's the thing.
You couldn't tell me he was going to say, I'm going to somewhat be an owner and tie my name to it, but then I'm just going to let it run itself. That just doesn't feel like anything Brady's going to be a part of. And maybe Chip Kelly and him aren't meeting 3 times a week like Pete Carroll let everybody know. Only twice, right? Once before the game plan's installed and once after practices. Come on.
Yeah. And on the broadcasting side, I think he's going to try and do the best he can. So therefore, he's going to try and get all the piece of information he can on the team to have a better. I don't think he'll half-ass it there either. So
no doubt about it. He's an interesting case study and one that our friend Armin Sarian Wayne does not like. So that was I'm very proud of him for asking a question about somebody that he's not the biggest fan of. We are a huge fan of any time you carve out some time for us, Wayne. It's one of the best joys of the week. We appreciate it as always. And we won't be able to see you up at Lambeau Field for seemingly a month. So go in and enjoy the Mistake by the Lake, and we'll be listening on Sunday.
All right, guys. Thanks much. We'll talk to you next week.
We'll see you next week. There's Wayne Larrivee hanging out with us here on No BS. People still calling it the Mistake by the Lake? I think that's way too good of a dig nickname for us not to.
You know, it is a good one, and I'm going to still call it that. No doubt about it.
Can I ask you something about something you keep saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody else concerned when Armin keeps saying teams are getting licked by each other?
A little bit.
I didn't.
Well, that's the term. Isn't that a term that people use?
I don't use it, but
I got this thing
do.
licked. I got this thing licked. You haven't heard that term? Maybe that's an older time term.
I hear I'm going to get my lick back, right? Like when somebody hits you.
I
don't know that
somebody,
they're licking us. I don't know
Get
that
your
that's
licks in.
exactly the way you use the phrase.
I may have to put that in a new intro.
Yeah, Dave, that feels like it's going to be fresh pair of socks. Or right with me talking about sticky. And not the icky that I like to be able to talk that sticks.
It might be an old time. It might be out of the culture now. I don't think it's. I know I've heard it somewhere. I don't think it's wrong, but it might be out of the culture. So therefore, I probably should avoid using it.
877-794-1973. Let us know if you've ever heard somebody say that, because I do want people to correct us and let me know if I'm out of bounds for asking that question. 877-794-1973.
Oh, it's all right. I don't think it's out of bounds. I'm curious to know the response on this one. We got this thing licked.
794-1973. Again,
okay.
It sounds strange. It frankly sounds a little dirty. Feels like I should be hitting the pause button.
Well, sure, I get that.
Instead, we got to take. Thank you, Nick. We're going to take a full timeout, not even a 30. Something at the Brewers game reminded me of the Wisconsin Badgers, and I got a chance to say one thing to a member of the Wisconsin Athletic Department yesterday. I want to bring that up before we hand it into the noon hour. Justin Arnett, Vice President of Digital Gaming, going to be here in about 40 minutes from right now. We got Cubs and Pirates on the TV here at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Come on out and join us. It's No BS with Billy and Sari and live at the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the game.
KB here. Who doesn't love pizza? I mean, I do. I like to visit my favorite pizza places, but sometimes my craving hits and I don't have time to go out and eat. So I go to my freezer, pull out a Pep's Draft House pizza, because Pep's Draft House pizza isn't one of those just toss a pizza in the oven pizzas. It's made right here in Wisconsin with tons of toppings and real Wisconsin cheese. No one is crushing one of these. Don't believe me? Try one today and make your house a Draft House with Pep's Pizza.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZzzQuil Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Are you frustrated with those trendy weight loss shots? Whether you've hit a plateau, can't handle the side effects, or just watch the pounds creep back after stopping, there is a better way. Hey, it's Billy Schmid. The Milwaukee Weight Loss Program has helped thousands of people lose up to 10 to 20% of their body fat in just 8 weeks without expensive injections or uncomfortable side effects. Are you finally ready for real lasting results? The caring team at Milwaukee Weight Loss is ready to help you achieve those weight loss goals. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com and schedule your free consultation today. That's what I did over 18 months ago, and it's one of the best decisions I ever made. Because now, as a father of two, I don't have time for additional exercising, and I didn't want some prepackaged meal program and no injections with the risks of serious side effects were going in my stomach. This program helps you reset your metabolism and keep the weight off for good like I did. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. So call today and schedule your free consultation. The number is 262-433-4008, or visit them online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com, and when you sign up, make sure you tell them that you heard about it on the game and the Billy Schmid sent you. Results may vary.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer, the originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal, writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide, because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Go, Pack, go! Cheer on the Packers as they take on the Cleveland Browns this Sunday, September 21st, 12 noon kickoff. Grab your friends and head to the Garage in Milwaukee, Nashville North in Milwaukee, the Social House in Menominee Falls, or Sport Club in Milwaukee for Miller Lite specials and promotions during all Packers games. Miller Lite. Tastes great, less filling. It's Miller time. Go, Pack, go!
Green Bay football fans, the party starts 3.5 hours before every home game at the Resch Expo Plaza Pit Stop with iHeartMedia. Free to the public, no ticket required. Enjoy food, drinks, live bands, and special features like the Bloody Mary Bar, Cheap Shots Bar, the Tipsy Tapper Beer Trailer, sampling stations, and more. Located right across from Lambeau Field, in front of the Resch Expo. The Plaza Pit Stop is your game day party headquarters all season long.
Pull up to Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee and shoot your shot at big wins for Sweet Ticket September. Play with your rewards card for entries. Score triple on Drawing Thursday. Win slam dunk prizes like cash, reward play, and tickets to see the Milwaukee Bucks in action. Sweet Ticket September. You ready for this? Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 111 East Kilburn, Milwaukee.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
The Fox 6 weather experts are presented by AdventKnows.com.
A few pockets of fog still possible this morning, but not as bad as recent mornings. Then it's sunshine and lots of it. 84 inland, should be closer to 80 lakeside with a breeze off the water this afternoon. Overnight tonight, we'll see some patchy fog again, dropping to 50s and 60s. I'm Fox 6 Chief Meteorologist Rob Haswell.
This report is sponsored by LubeTech, your local mobile lubricants distributor in Wisconsin. You need a partner you can count on. LubeTech delivers top-tier fluids for heavy-duty automotive and manufacturing applications. Backed by mobile technology, they help you drive performance every day. Get 20% off your first order at LubeTech.com or call them today to get started.
Hey, what's up? It's Russell Nicolay with Nicolay Law. If you get injured, it's Nicolay time.
Eight 877-794-1973, NicolayLaw.com, talking text line. It's no BS back from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We're going to do a parlay of the day with our friend Justin Arnett in the third hour of the program. We hit our parlay of the day yesterday, plus 1,100. Thank you, Christian Yelich. Thank you, Bryce Durang, and thank you, Freddie Peralta. We'll have more on that coming up in about a half hour from right now. But did not anticipate, Dave Gasper, we were going to be watching here at the Potawatomi Sportsbook this Cubs-Pirates game with two Cubs fans. I did not realize that was how we were going to witness and take in this game. But apparently we got two Cubs fans here today.
I'm a huge Cubs
because Armin Sarian is actually cheering louder for the two Cub home runs in the first inning than our friend Nick Bruzewitz was, which was I did not have on my parlay card here, Dave, today at the sports.
No, I didn't either. I don't know what's going on with the treachery. I don't know what's been going on in the water here. First we get a bet slip on the Cubs to win the division, and now all of a sudden Armin Sarian drinking the tea, drinking the Kool-Aid.
You heard me talking.
Cheering on the Chicago Cubs.
Man, I should have put him scoring by more. I should have let him win by 5.
Because I would have won more.
Get this man a
I was drinking in disgust, not happiness. Do you think I'm happy that they're up 4-0?
Then why were you fist pumping and clapping?
I was not clapping or fist pumping at all.
I don't know. It seemed
Come
like
on,
you kind of
Dave.
were.
Come on, Dave. You saw
were.
that.
Don't put that on. Yeah, I'm a Cubs fan.
Today he is.
Give me a break.
877-794-1973.
I'm angry that the Pirates can't give us any help at all.
Did you or did you not bet on the Cubs to win?
I bet the Cubs run line because I think they're going to win.
Not only to win,
or
so blow out the Pirates.
Because they're going to. So I'm sorry, I'm right. I don't want to be right. I want to be
They also
wrong.
haven't hit yet.
That's true. That's a fact.
I mean, like,
that's a
they
factual
also
point.
haven't hit it.
They're also like 99% to lose right now.
The
So
Pirates
yes, they
have a
haven't hit.
lower team slugging percentage than Giovanni Gallardo. Okay, so I'm not entirely optimistic the Pirates are going to be able to come back from this.
I don't get what's like difficult about this. Obviously, I want the Pirates to beat the Cubs today. I'm very annoyed they're not helping, and obviously the Cubs are blowing out the Pirates because they're just want to get to vacation. So I don't like that. Like I don't see what's hard about this. Like, am I going crazy here a little bit? I don't see what's difficult about this. Yes, I did bet the Cubs run line.
The Pirates are getting licked, man.
They're getting licked
right now.
They got this thing licked, unfortunately.
Yeah, and again, 877-794-1973, not helping out Armin on this one. It's definitely an old term. This is from the 608. My grandparents and my parents used those words. Do you want a licking? When they were going to whoop my behind. Sounds weird, but I got licked often. That's from our friend Chad.
Well, that's getting hit, so that's another term for getting licked. But when you got this thing licked, that's an idiom. That means you have it completed.
Yeah, well, Dave from South Dakota, his great-grandfather used the term licked regarding sports, and he would be 136 years old today. And
Well,
he
I'd
hasn't
love
heard
to.
it since.
Well, I would have loved to talk to him.
Yeah, maybe he would have bet on the Cubs too. Jeff in Menominee Falls. I'm 65, and that was a go when I was young. But Billy's thinking, yeah, not so much today. Sounds a little suggestive to me. And now maybe that's the problem. Maybe we're just in a day and age where everything sounds dirty, and we do kind of go through a lot of those prisms. When you're talking about licking someone, I don't know. I do struggle to not put a little bit of a weird connotation on
Hit the
that
pause
deal.
button on it.
Yeah,
That's
it's gotta
that part. That part is true. I'll admit that it does have a little bit of a different connotation. Patrick in the Falls did say it's a Gen X term. Know it, love it. Well, I got one guy. I got Patrick.
There you go,
in the Falls.
Patrick.
I got one guy. So, but I would love to meet Dave's great grandfather. I'm sure we'd have a heck of a time. From South Dakota. Maybe he knows Tucker Kraft.
Oh, he would have.
Yeah,
Would have had a great time as
yeah.
well. 877-794-1973. I'm with Armin. This is from Richie in the Falls. Get your licks in means that you're getting your hits or your verbal jabs in on someone. I hear it. I just have never used it or really heard anybody else using it, which I appreciate when Armin does bring words and phrases to the program that nobody has ever heard of. Generally, they're like 24-letter words.
Well, yes, this was
not
a phrase.
something from 1954.
Yeah, I guess I got to update. I was trying to use Aura more to try to update my
That's a good one.
vocabulary in that sense.
I like it.
Riz, Aura, and all the other stuff Nick uses.
Well, you got the emotional hedge aura all over the place here right now.
I'm not
which is
happy about
phenomenal.
it. I did bet the Brewers money line. Is that good? That's something.
Reading here, so a couple that I probably just can't read, which is just the toughest part because they're just so good on the talking text
So
line.
good.
You guys are understanding the assignment. Just want to let everybody know that just because we do not read it on the air does not mean we did not hear it, did not mean we did not read it or enjoy it. Because a lot of these I'm enjoying that I simply can't say because I'm trying to edit in the midst here, but the barrister understands the assignment. Parents would say you're going to get a licking. Probably even earlier, but the 60s it was very prevalent.
Well, we'll save all these for Geezer Palooza and read it on the bus. All right.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Well, this is going to fit in very, very well for Geezer Palooza. No doubt about it. 877-794-1973. We're live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We're going to get an update from our friend Doug Russell coming up in a few minutes from right now. We're going to go and fire in a parlay of the day with our friend Justin Arnett. In the third hour of the program, Bruiser Bites lead off hour number 4 and revisit the conversation that we started out with here today. Who's the Brewers 2025 MVP? 877-794-1973. Because as much as we've come, I think, on agreement of like 5 different candidates, I don't know anybody has fully cemented that it is one individual for the 2025 Brewers MVP. Yours at 877-794-1973. Getting to more as hour 3 starts up with Doug Russell's update. Next, live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook, it's No BS on the Game.
This season, Drew and KB and Buffalo Wild Wings around the state are teaming up for the Football Feast. Every Thursday, get your feet on with buy one, get one boneless wings, $4 Miller Lite and Coors Light 22-ounce drafts, and someone is going home with Packers tickets.
This Thursday, we'll be live at the Buffalo Wild Wings in Fitchburg on McKee Road. Badgers quarterback Billy Edwards Jr. will join us, and you could win tickets to Packers and Bengals.
The Football Feast with Buffalo Wild Wings and 97.3 The Game.
Thielman Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is celebrating 96 incredible years of trusted service. Right now, get a $96 furnace tune-up, a deal as solid as our reputation. From top-tier equipment to expert installation, Thielman delivers comfort you can count on, backed by nearly a century of experience. But hurry, this limited-time offer won't last long. Visit ThielmanHeating.com to schedule your $96 tune-up today. That's ThielmanHeating.com. Comfort you can trust for 96 years and counting.
Are you sick of living with outdated, worn-out countertops but are unsure of who to trust with the job? This is Eric from Granite Direct saying we're here to help. From humble beginnings more than 15 years ago, Granite Direct has built a reputation as the go-to place for natural stone and quartz countertops. From the moment you walk in the door, you'll start to experience the Granite Direct difference. Our knowledgeable, no-pressure sales team will guide you through the countless options and answer all your questions along the way. And you'll leave confident that you've made the right choice. Then peering out into our shop, you'll not only notice the state-of-the-art machinery, but expert craftsmen inspecting and putting on the finishing touches, making sure every job is just right. Then the day arrives. You look out your window to see a Granite Direct truck in your driveway. That's when one of our experienced install crews, treating your house like their own, expertly install your new tops, turning your vision into reality. Look, we're not super fancy, but we love what we do, and we're really good at it. If you're ready to make a change, we're ready to help. Where technology meets craftsmanship, we're Granite Direct.
You ever hear a deal so good you think, what's the catch?
Yes, when I got a free gym membership, and the catch was I still had to go.
Well, right now, Capital is offering great financing, no catch.
No selling a kidney?
Nope, just easy financing and honest service during Capital Credit Days. Now through October 31st, air conditioners start as low as $65 a month, furnaces only $59 a month, or a complete system only $117 a month.
Capital, where you choose cool or cozy with no catch financing.
Call CapitalCares.com.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit TremfyaRadio.com.
The Packers play here. Desert in style. WRNW-FM Milwaukee, 97.3 The Game.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Celebrate 100 years of high-flying dunks, 100 years of show-stopping moves, and 100 years of changing the game. Bring the whole family and be part of the legacy. This game is once in a century. Be there at Fiserv Forum on December 26th. Go to HarlemGlobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistent scent, all over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's is my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Get the Cadillac of furnaces at Chevy prices. First Choice Heating offers modulating furnaces at variable speed pricing. Save up to $2,500. September only. Call First Choice. Comfort that pays for itself.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Make 97.3 The Game your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
He's very knowledgeable, very intelligent guy, very personable guy.
Here's Doug Russell.
All right, the Brewers are in the playoffs. That was clinched a few days ago. But now it's about the division and it's about seeding.
Vaughn down the right field line. Let's watch Turang run. It's in the corner. Extra bases for Vaughn. Turang's around third. He is in.
So do we have a Vaughn's Valley yet?
Well, he hasn't hit as many home runs, so I don't know that the Valley is happening right now. Is it?
That was a big thing. The Vaughn's Valley was a big thing, obviously, when he started hitting the dingers when he first came up.
What about
that was popular little trope we were talking about, but it hasn't. He's still doing his thing though.
Yeah,
we can make one. Do you want to make Vaughn's Valley in like short down the right field line?
How about behind first base? Like
I'll
on the
take it.
first base line, just kind of stick one there.
Yeah,
Vaughn's
like
Camberwell?
Ricky's Rookies. I believe they had one of those kind of
Okay.
for Ricky Weeks.
Sure.
At second base, they had one, I think, for a little bit. Also, speaking of home runs, Joey Bart, 3-run homer for the Pirates.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat my words. Billy's going to make me eat my
So
words.
over, though. So over,
I would
though.
love for nothing would make me happier than the Pirates winning today. No, except for the Brewers winning. Almost nothing would make me happier. And I'm not kidding. You know I want this.
Yeah, I know.
You
I know.
should- okay,
I don't
thank
think
you.
anybody's
No,
doubting
Doug,
you.
Well, someone
we are
questioned
doubting
my
because he
fandom.
bet on the Cubs
Somewhere
and was fist pumping for the 2 homers.
Don't think
And say I should have bet him to win by 4.
Listen,
They're going to win by 10.
I'm going to be honest with you. When I'm betting, I'm always betting to win the money.
Thank you.
Always. 10 times out of 10.
And if I'm wrong about
Right,
that, I'm
Doug,
happy.
but that's your prerogative, and that's fine. Then you can't also try to act like
Well,
the
yeah.
holiest than thou fan to say, oh, you guys are just stupid for not betting against the team all the time.
Right. No,
then you know that you win money and you can cheer against it. So when you say I'm gonna win, I'm gonna bet what I want to win, then you would cheer for what you want to win and what you think is gonna win.
Never said anyone was stupid. Just think it's a strategy some people use. I don't think anyone's stupid for not doing.
I
What they
believe
want.
the word was stupid
I don't
when
mind
I
the pick, Armin. It's okay.
Yeah,
You got my endorsement.
Okay.
See, I didn't know we were doing the show with 2 Cubs fans here today, Doug,
That's right.
but apparently we do. And
who
they're the
knew?
2 here on this nice little diagonal.
I mean, he's got a Cubs fan. He's married to her. I mean, let's be real. He's got some affinity for.
He's
her.
got the
Listen,
blue
hold-
on already.
hold- Nick, full stop. I'm going to stop you right there. I married an Ohio State fan. You should hear the things I say about Ohio State football in my house because I can't say them on the radio.
Well, Ohio State's worse. I mean, let's be real. I mean, everyone hates.
I'm
Ohio
just
State.
saying, I married into an Ohio State. They're all Buckeye slappies, and I'm going to my first Buckeyes game next next month during the bye week.
You're gonna dot
no,
the I?
No, full stop, no.
I'm just asking.
I
don't know about, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing respectful red. I'm wearing Badgers red, but it's not going to have any logos
See, it's
on it.
easy. It's easier. You
Right.
can wear red. It's easier. You're not going to.
But I would never slap that logo on me, even though I married into a family that has nothing but Buckeye gray and red.
I think you should get one of the necklaces.
My mother Bev has one of those.
One of those big Buckeye nut necklaces.
She wears
those
it for
are cool.
Bev was. I know this should not shock you at all, Billy, but Bev wears one for every game.
Dude, Bev sounds like the coolest person of all time. We definitely need to watch a game with Bev.
And big
I think you
chains
would
are
like-
in now.
Yeah.
Everyone's got big chains.
I
big
think you would enjoy watching a Buckeyes game with Bev.
That would
because
be
she is
so
into
much
it.
fun.
She'd be able to tell you about. She'd go 3 deep on the depth chart with you guys.
Oh my God. I'm doing this on the bye week. The Badgers get 2 bye weeks, and I'm figuring out a way to watch a game with Bev because this is way too good, and I'm missing out on this.
I think you are. Yeah, it's an experience, that's for sure. Especially when you hate the team that she loves.
It's okay.
She lights the candle, the whole thing. I mean,
Doug just sitting in the corner in
accoutrement come
pure
out,
disgust.
and I'm just.
It's fun to be around sports passion, though.
It
Isn't
is.
That's what I love
Except when
about
it's a team you loathe.
Yeah, not when you
So,
despise
Well,
them,
yeah,
but-
exactly.
the moral of the story, Nick, is you don't have to marry into it and accept it.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying.
That's your first marriage advice that we're going to give you, Nick, and we potentially are going to give you a lot lot of marriage advice.
Here's the bigger one. Pick your battles. Just 3 words. That's a 3-word mantra right there.
Yeah, Butch taught
Pick
me
your
that
battles.
years ago.
And your sports team is a battle worth fighting.
Yep, no doubt. You gotta find things to come together on and use those as starting points.
Yeah, Dave, I would say no. Like there's a lot of things that you're going to try to make sure that you put that flag in the turf on.
Yeah,
we can always watch 2 TVs. We can always watch 2 TVs.
Yeah. But you don't want to prioritize. Like I know what teams to dunk on with Laura and what ones not to. Like she has priorities in her teams, just like some people do.
So you're not laughing at Karnisovas, the GM of the Bulls, still not being able to figure it out?
Bulls I like to make fun of a little bit because it's Bucks. I don't touch Purdue, obviously. Not that they're rival.
Okay, well, yeah, you don't want to beat up on the kid that can't defend himself.
Yeah, it would be like, so Erica went, she's an Ohio State fan, but she went to UTEP, played tennis at UTEP. We went back to El Paso a couple of years ago. Go Miners picks up.
Yeah,
and we went to a basketball game, and I was in orange and blue the whole way.
Sure.
I've got UTEP paraphernalia. It's great. Yeah. I don't mind it because you know what UTEP is? UTEP doesn't matter. Yeah. UTEP athletics,
it doesn't affect what you do.
I will cheer with full-throated cheering for UTEP.
Aaron Jones alma mater.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, show up with an Aaron Jones shirt. They'd be like, you know what? This guy knows ball.
That's what I'm saying.
Licking in full throat.
The first time,
a hell of a show.
I didn't say
a hell of a show.
I didn't say it, Haley. She's looking up. That was these guys.
Unbelievable.
I will never. I have worn Bulls gear in my life. I will never wear Cubs gear.
Okay.
And I have worn a Purdue shirt, but I've worn people think I don't want to wear I've worn Badger stuff. I wear Brian Bush jersey all the time. Not all the time.
All the time.
Okay,
all the time.
Every night
not
to
lie.
bed.
3 times I've worn it.
3 times.
Armin, how long have I known you? I've known you for about 15 years.
Many
years.
I
don't know that I've ever seen you wear Badgers anything.
I do it all the time.
All the time. Let's pull up that
on.
one photo of when I did it 8 years ago. So, Dougie, while we wait for that, why don't you just get to it?
Oh,
Please
sure. Let's see. Freddie Peralta, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run. Murph was happy.
We didn't talk about Magic.
Oh, that's the wrong side.
He was happy too, though.
Hey, we need to just play better and continue to do what we need to do out there. And coming off an off day, going in a new series,
wrong
cut out the gates
totally
and
wrong
make sure
cut.
that at least position players.
So that strikes again.
Yeah,
What
do we
good
need to wipe the?
Yeah, we might need to wipe
highlight
that
machine.
Might need to wipe the highlight machine again. That was.
Oh, look at this.
That was
Look how
Yelly
good
talking
he
about
looks.
something. Oh, there you go.
There you
Okay.
go.
There
It
it
does
is.
exist.
I bought that thing on the internet too off Etsy.
Oh, on Wisconsin.
You couldn't get one from him?
I searched Brian Butch Badgers jersey.
Butch is giving them to
for
fans.
for months, and I couldn't find one. I finally found one. Then it was
Not
a medium too.
co-hosts.
No, not co-hosts.
Fans, not friends.
Fans and lovers,
got
and
you.
also people that maybe buy Varsity Ale.
Well, I
that's
do like
right.
varsity. not a bad
Cubs still
one.
lead the Pirates 4-3, by the way. So it's
Not enough for that run line. Now, this is actually the result that I'm potentially hoping for the most, is that Armin Sarian, as he thought that he was
Loses
just going
everything.
to dunk all over everybody, say, I should bet more. Then they win by 1, so then he has to be salty that the Cubs lost and he loses his bet.
That's what
Damn, that
That's
would
what
be
they
a
want.
that would be a tough spot. I would not root for that.
No, because it means
I would
you'd
not root for
Cubs
the
winning.
double pain of my
He
friend.
put a whole unit on it. I mean, that's a lot of money for him.
Yeah. If I'm going
Come on,
to
Buccos.
be put in a position to have to cheer for a team that I loathe, it better not be in an important game. Otherwise, I'm just going to find another game
Yeah, that's a good
to
point.
put some money on, so I'm not torn like that.
And
But
luckily,
I'm
you go.
always rooting to win. I'm always, if there's money on it, listen, come on.
So the rooting to win, Doug Russell here coming up this week. The Buffalo Bills are laying 12 points against your Miami Dolphins. That's an easy dub for the Buffalo Bills, correct?
I mean, Miami's terrible.
It's stemming down there.
Yeah, it's the Sharks are circling the Dolphins, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay, all right. I like that
That
one.
was
I
well
like that
done.
one.
That
But the
was
Dolphins
well
will still
done.
fight back.
Yeah,
They will.
The Dolphins are
However,
tougher. Dolphins are tougher than people think.
Throwing
right?
some flippers.
yeah, I think 12 is a big number, though.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
You
it's
better
big.
believe it. Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. I just can't wait. We're going to fire in a parlay of the day coming in
Okay.
with Justin Arnett in about 10 minutes from right now. Dougie,
At least 10.
Yeah.
What?
Some of these
You guys,
texts-
I like how you guys are warming the chair for me because Potawatomi Bingo or Potawatomi Sportsbook. That's where I'm going to be doing my first show of the year for Packers Game
That's
Day coming
right.
up on Sunday
First road
morning
game.
at 8
Yeah.
a.m.
First road game.
Gonna say it's finally
First
happening.
road game because for the preseason I was back in the studio, which was weird. Haven't been in the studio for a long time, but Potawatomi Sportsbook Casino. Looking forward to being down there. So thank you for warming up the seat for me.
It's nice and warm. It might stink because it seems like there was some gas going in here from the other side of the table, but it's going to be a phenomenal time. We are going to have a great day and a great broadcast day coming up on Sunday because we're going to enjoy a victory, hopefully, on Saturday, and it just leads right into a full weekend.
I like where your head's at.
Dougie, always appreciate it, man.
Thank you, boys.
Rest up, and we'll hear from you tomorrow in Madison early at 5 and on the game in Game and 60.
All right, look forward to it. Thanks, guys.
Doug. There he is, Doug Russell, Love Muscle, hanging out with us here on No BS on the Game. Gonna be chopping it up with our friend Justin Arnett in about 5 minutes from right now. We'll take a quick time out as he rolls down here to hang out with us and smiles for now. Until he finds out about the parlay of the day that we hit yesterday, plus 1,100 at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. He said you and everyone else. They took a bath yesterday. Time to do it again on the other side. It's No BS live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Game.
Sunday, the Packers hit the road for a noon kickoff against the Browns. Doug Russell is live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook at 8 a.m. on your home for the Packers. 97.3 The Game.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1 day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Jason, what are you singing?
Working on a new jingle to promote Capital's $49 drain clearing. When your sink fills up with gunk, don't stress, don't whine. It's only $49.
Don't take this the wrong way, man, but I'd stick to plumbing, heating, and cooling if I were you.
That's fair, but people need to know that we clear clogs for only $49.
Fine, but I would have rhymed gunk with junk. It's so obvious.
Call CapitalCares.com.
What's up? It's Russell Nicolay with Nicolay Law. You're listening to 97.3 The Game, the #1 sports talk station in Milwaukee. For award-winning injury lawyers when you're injured, you call Nicolay Law or visit us at nicolaylaw.com. Get the beard, get the win.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Make 97.3 The Game your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
Time now for Billy's Parlay of the Day. Brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest.
That's exactly what we did at the Parlay of the Day yesterday. It's No BS live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. And yesterday, just a little plus money on all three legs of the Parlay of the Day. Freddie Peralta going up against the heaviest strikeout team in baseball, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Why just go 7.5 strikeouts at minus 160? Why don't you go plus 120 and hit 8.5 strikeouts? Freddie Peralta understanding the assignment, striking out the side in the first 2 innings.
Just money. Right
and then he's
there.
like, you know what? You sitting over there in section 109, I'm going to make you sweat a little bit.
Sweat. It's hot.
2 straight innings with nothing. Freddie Peralta cashes it out. Double-digit strikeouts for Freddie Peralta, his best output in a month from since then. And then the other 2 legs, over 1.5 total bases for Christian Yelich and Bryce Terang. Always fun when you can get 2 legs down in the first inning. And that's exactly what we got to do from the 3 and 5 hole hitters yesterday. That was plus 1,100 at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. And understandably so, Justin Arnett, Vice President of Digital Gaming, Haley is one of the greatest human beings, I think, on the planet.
Yeah, she's up there.
She was told to, hey, maybe you hold the food for that guy right over there because we got to watch out for him.
Yeah, we almost didn't eat today.
We almost didn't eat today, but we ate double yesterday, so it works out. Haley's still just the nicest person ever. I apologize, Louise. She didn't listen. But it's a spot, Justin, where it sounds like you guys have been having more L's than W's at the book, which you're our friend, so we don't like to, dance. But that's one that we're being able to celebrate and spike the football and do a little touchdown dance on here as the sports bettors are winning already at the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
The NFL has been very good to the public, to the bettors this year so far. Definitely.
Yeah, well, I can't say we're devastated by that, Justin. We
Not
do
quite.
like you. We want this business to thrive,
Yes,
obviously.
sure.
But we are men of the people, so get down here to Potawatomi Sportsbook and keep putting the pressure on my man Justin Arnett here up in the office there.
And Justin, it's going to be pretty simple. We're in a situation where a lot of times we like to rinse and repeat. The easiest deal is Bryce Terang over 1.5 total bases. Because Dave, what is it?
Until further notice.
Until further notice with Bryce Terang over 1.5 total bases.
System
The dude
play.
is an
Fair
absolute weapon right now. And we just dump him in there alongside Christian Yelich over 1.5 total bases, just like we did a day ago. And the Brewers to win. It's an even 600, plus 600 at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bryce Terang over 1.5 total bases. Brewers win and Christian Yelich over 1.5 total bases. The parlay of the day today at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet big, bet bold, bet above the rest. Justin Arnett, is the baseball investing starting to taper down as college and pro football I know people love to bet pigskin, and that probably runs a lot more of the liability up for you guys.
For sure. Well, I mean, I wouldn't. Baseball's not dropping as much as, but it pales compared to football. Yeah, for sure.
And the Sunday action has been phenomenal. A lot of points this past weekend.
Yeah.
Your Dallas Cowboys. We have to thank you though. I don't know that we've been able to see you since the trade.
Yeah.
This Micah Parsons guy's amazing.
It's probably my ex-Cowboys, but
well, there's room here.
Yeah.
There's room on this bandwagon.
I don't know if I can do that.
I was going to say that might be tough, but as a Cowboy fan, being able to see them trade to the Green Bay Packers, how difficult was that to be able to witness?
It was doubly a bad day. I think I texted you.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, it was painful. Because professionally, it's going to hurt because I know very well how good Micah is. And look, and you look at them already this year, you could tell they're clearly in that tier one, small tier one group of teams.
Yeah,
they look like very good. And of course, Jerry. We got to get rid of Jerry. Jerry's got to sell.
I don't know. I saw him in the locker room cheering along after that big field goal. I saw him in there. That's aura, right? Come on.
Whatever. I'm over it.
Micah, what we could do is we could get these players, and you got 2 picks.
You got 2 draft picks.
We could turn this into 6 players.
We could get some real damage.
Out of the 2 players, maybe we'll get one all pro.
Maybe we'll get one Micah Parsons
One
out of the 4 players. It turns out pretty quickly. But you mentioned it could be doubly bad for you here at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Could people get their Packers future bets in fast enough after the news of the Parsons trade?
Our liability went up dramatically in a short period of time. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean that number. Unfortunately, if you didn't get it early, that number has really dropped.
A much different story. Yeah,
right. The world is taking notice. That's for sure. The betting world is.
Well,
I think we're 6-1 last I saw.
Yeah, I mean it went all the way down to. Jordan Love started the year at like plus 2,000 to win the MVP. Now the Packers to win the Super Bowl are plus 650. They were like 20-1.
And,
I think,
and that's another bet that we had. And I don't know if it's still up there, but it's a parlay. The Packers to win it all and Jordan Love to win the MVP.
Yeah,
we have giant liability on that too.
Oh,
that number was huge.
Wow,
that is.
It was like 200. It was like 200 to 1 or something like
that sounds right. Yeah, 200 to 1. I think they finally dropped it to 175, but I don't know if that's still up now that the season started, but
it's a challenging betting awards. We talk a lot about, you're obviously betting sports outcomes, but betting awards, you're betting in some ways human behavior, right?
Yeah, right. No, 100%, right? And you just don't know who's the flavor of the week in the media's mind or whatever, who's driving that narrative. I don't know. That's not my world. My world is taking the bets, but
taking the bets and going in on weeks in and week out deals. How much do the injuries change things? Because I'm looking at this injury report. The McAfee show put it up here. There's like 20 high-profile players.
Yeah.
6 or 7 of them are quarterbacks. Generally, those are the ones that really only move the number, correct?
Quarterbacks for sure. Right?
Okay.
I mean, quarterbacks are in a league of their own as far as but sometimes if you get a real key player, a big, like a Micah Parsons type, right? Like a big key pass rusher or something, that might affect it a little bit. You might get a half a point or a point, but a quarterback, I can move it points. That's a linchpin to a team.
And there are a lot of them down, right?
Yeah, McCarthy's down. I mean,
JJ McCarthy, San Francisco
with
Brock Purdy. And it's interesting, Justin, I don't know where you fell on this. I got made fun of and hated on quite a bit because I just did not buy into the Brock Purdy deal. And then all of a sudden my man goes down, and Mac Jones, people are like, well, he was a Pro Bowler to start his career. I mean, he was a Pro Bowler. He's actually a lot better than people would give him credit for, even though we unanimously said he can't play. The stories in the storylines change so quickly in this league, don't they?
Yeah, it's funny. I've always been a Mac Jones guy too. I thought he had a raw deal kind of
in New England.
He had nobody to throw to. It was a tough situation. That offense just wasn't made for him. I think he's got the skills. I'm with you. I'm not a huge Brock Purdy guy. He's got that kind of it factor, but he's not accurate. And in my mind, that's
gonna be number one deal for me.
Yeah.
And when you're making $50 million, you probably got to be a little bit better than
better. The narrative changes there.
He's got a hell of a system, though, right?
A great one,
great coach. So fortunate for him, he landed there. And
well, it's funny. We talked about Baker Mayfield, how he's had the resurgence. You can do that in this league still.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier this week, where a lot of times we think of players so often now as finished products, but you never know. Look at Baker Mayfield, has the resurgence somewhere else. Kirk Cousins, to an extent, had that at some parts in his career. There are other guys like that, so you never know. Maybe Mac Jones will have that. with this opportunity going on. It's
I would love to
possible.
see it. I always cheer for the guy. I always thought he had a little something there.
Fight night must have been fantastic.
Oh,
I can
incredible.
imagine Canelo Crawford, one of the, I think, am I wrong in saying MMA is kind of the biggest fight situation, but there are still boxing fans out there, and this was one of the biggest boxing matches, I would say, in recent history. Right?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up. It was crazy. We took a lot of bets on that, and overall, yeah, I would say UFC has kind of surpassed boxing on the
Fight scale.
Yeah, but it still doesn't match the one-off boxing events. The Canelo fights, like that's still that moves the needle like none other. Like we had standing room only, back past the table game pits out there.
Wow.
It just couldn't get. I mean, it was just jam packed in here. The energy is off the charts.
Because UFC ones, you're right, Armin. It is fun, but there's still something where people always like to say, well,
about
when boxing was great.
Yeah.
When boxing was
yeah.
If you like the sport and you follow along, there's some damn good fighters right now.
Yeah.
And the pure boxing fans are like, actually, the sport's kind of in a really healthy place right now. It's kind of interesting, isn't it?
It's from the competition standpoint.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately, we're losing. There's no more free TV. There's no more boxing on TV.
Right.
It's always through subscription services now. They finally, put the death knell. I think ESPN was the last show.
Last one to do it,
last,
with the top
free TV.
ranked or something.
Yeah, right. When that left, and so from someone, I'm a boxing guy. So
right.
So that's kind of makes me a little sad. So from that standpoint, maybe it's not as healthy.
Yeah.
it's going to lose mainstream. But from a competition standpoint, you're absolutely right. Like there's a lot of good fighters out there fighting at a high level.
Do you think the MMA change to Paramount and having all the pay-per-views done, will that make it more mainstream, or to your point, will it make it almost more niche because you got to go there to get it, but you can get all of them?
Yeah, I don't look. I take bets, man. I don't pretend like I know the media world that much.
No doubt.
But
for the amount of people that would want to be able to bet on it, I would assume if you're able to watch every single one of them, makes it a little bit easier. Or more people would want it.
I can speak to that. If it's on TV, we take a lot more action.
Right, because people can follow along with it.
Yeah,
for sure.
I do think it's ironic, actually, just to finish this point off, that when I was growing up, right in the 90s, all the big heavyweight fights, all the, Tyson and Holyfield and Lennox Lewis and all these other, Riddick Bowe, you had to get a pay-per-view specifically for that, right? So almost no one had unless they paid. But there's a lot of people that already had Netflix.
Right.
I don't think I would have paid a pay-per-view to watch this fight if I didn't already have Netflix. But since it was already there, and I'll watch 8 hours of Mario Lopez. So
that is a great point, because Netflix is basically
it's
free TV,
almost
everybody
everyone has it.
If you don't have it, somebody.
Somebody has a login. Did you have to stay all night until that last fight ended? Were you here all night?
I wasn't. No, I didn't. Actually went home.
You did. Okay.
I watched it on my couch.
Yeah.
But the energy. I saw the pictures and I was here earlier.
Well,
so,
it was. They didn't start that last match. And what was it, Billy? 1 in the morning, 2.
I was going to say it was getting close to 1 in the morning. Yeah, it was getting close to 1 in the morning. But Terrence Crawford's one to stay up for.
My
man
is incredible.
Packer fan,
So smart and so strong. I don't know if you were watching, and a couple times in the clinch, he was giving a message, lifting him up a little bit, like
he had.
the boss.
The one left hand that he has in Canelo actually almost does a spit take where he looks like, damn. I felt that one. And Canelo doesn't feel as many punches as he's eaten in his professional career. Justin Arnett's hanging out with us here at the Potawatomi Sportsbook here on No BS. So we talk about it all the time. The ability to get your bets put together mobily. My wife just sent me 3 different QR codes here already to be able to place before I leave.
Nice.
How's the mobile test going? How are we getting closer and closer? And how much do you see? Are you able to tell the volume of people that are hitting the bet builder, or is that just when you talk to your ticket writers over here saying, I didn't have to build out 15 leg parlays as much?
So we're pushing the bet builder. Those are 2 different things, right? The bet builder, we're pushing that, like these windows over here, these auxiliary windows.
Yes.
That's QR code only lines now. We started doing that
Now
this football season.
Okay.
So when we open that up for football, that line just, it turns them and burns them. Like
that's awesome.
We just, if you came prepared, you have all your bets teed up on that build your own bet thing, you get in that line, we're really killing it. And people, I think, are starting to catch on and realize, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
So that's helping get the bets through, because we have so much, it's so popular on NFL Sunday. We
is.
We have a hard time getting all the bets in, even with 90, 4 kiosks. Or we have in 10. I don't even know the number. It's always changing because something's coming off the floor and back on the floor.
Well, you guys are nice and not have a time limit at the kiosks. Now that's part of the problem. Those guys
That's the
like
best
me
part, yeah.
sit there and
Yeah.
stare at it for as while, and that line is. But I have to compliment you and your staff, obviously. And if anybody's wondering, I came down. It was like an hour before the noon kick, so I think it's probably 10:45, 11 o'clock Sunday. I figured you're busy. I don't want to bother you, but yeah, guys up and down, making sure people didn't. If you already had a QR code, tell them where to go. If they only had cash, tell them to go cash at the kiosk as well. Fast moving lines. Your staff's been friendly, so you guys do a great job. So if people are wondering, yes, even if with the long lines on Sundays, you can come in. You will get your bets in.
Yeah, I mean,
they
a line's
move.
typically not more than 10 minutes.
No, they move. They
but
move.
if you get in that QR code line and you come prepared that way, that's a very quick line. That's definitely less than 10 minutes. And we're trying to just improve it and get better at it all the time. And I think, we're getting better.
Yeah,
I'm a
indeed.
perfectionist, so we can always got
Love
room
that.
to improve, but we're getting better.
It's one of those deals you always got to be able to try to improve. Now, you did say they're two different things. What about the how's the app?
The app. Yeah, it's a grind. Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually got a test version. I'll show you guys.
Oh my gosh, we're seeing some secrets.
Yeah, I've
here.
got some stuff. I've got some feedback. We're gonna have to make some changes on the way it looks.
All right,
it's
looking
still
clean.
loading. Still loading. There you go.
I like it. I like it.
Oh,
Billy.
that's tremendous.
So
So very
we're-
similar to how it looks on the
Exactly.
bet builder.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, it's going to be the same feel. We're going to make some small improvements, but that's it. But as far as how it's coming, there's all sorts of stuff, and hopefully by the end of the year, it might bleed into the little bit next year, but pretty confident but at least before the Super Bowl, we'll have that launched. We want to make sure it's more important for me to get it right than it is to
Well, and that's
rush it out.
That's the right way of putting it, Justin, because I assume, like you said, you take bets. I don't think you ever anticipated all the little intricacies of this kind of tech building, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know
Yeah.
digital gaming, this was a part of it, and this is the forefront of it, but it's like there's so much to it, and you guys are doing it in a different way than many others do, where it's let's just license it out to somebody that's endorsing a podcast here,
right?
And that national company comes in and they run through it, but you guys are doing it in-house, which makes it so much more intricate but personal.
Right, absolutely. We want to have more control in that way. We don't have developers on site here. We're doing a lot of third-party, like white labeling of products and getting all those products to work together. And we think it's going to be a pretty good experience when it's all done. So I'm excited about it. I've got some big ideas, and even the day one version is going to be not as good as the 6 months version and the 2-year version, right? We're going to continue to
Love
make it
that.
better and better.
Constantly
and invest in
improving.
it. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty good. I'm real. What do you say? Like I won't take no for an answer on this
Sure.
kind of stuff. Like
A little hard-headed on certain things. Yeah,
100%,
like that.
right? Yeah,
Like that.
it's like I'm uncompromising for having a crappy situation. So
Well, that's great for
part of
that's
it.
great for the
Yes.
customers,
Yeah,
right? That's great for us,
It'll be good.
So we're gonna have a better product. So we thank you for that. I know a lot of people appreciate that. All right, any fun betting stories since we talked to you last? Any funny 10-leg Eurobasket hits? Has anyone come across and
me
burned you
think.
guy for something crazy? Czechoslovakian table
We've
tennis?
had a lot of big parlay. We've had a lot in the like 15K range, 20K for like a $5 to
Not
$10
mine.
bets
Yeah,
that are
I'm
hitting
here.
for like 15,
Yes.
20, 30K. Have had like that seems to be every other day now. We're getting especially the football. We get like this weekend we got hit pretty good. We lost every day, every NFL day, for Thursday.
I'm so sorry.
Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So sorry about that.
We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. No, I want you guys to.
Sure, I
But
know.
as Kenny said,
I know. I'm sure all the
Lot of
listeners
count.
are really pouring their hearts out for me.
all right, they're very, very heartbroken. But there's there's time for all the count when the deal is done.
There
Armin.
really is. Yeah, there really is.
When the Super Bowl's done, we can do our counting. What about college? Ton of atmosphere, ton of action here on Saturdays. I can't wait for. I love doing Badgers post games. I am very excited for next week when there is not a Badgers game. I'm planning on having my rear end planted right
Nice.
in one of those recliners.
You got your tuchus in one of these seats here?
Enjoying throughout the entire day. First off, do you guys ever have to walk over and like do wellness checks because people are just sitting there scanning their tickets and not even like thinking about it because it's just so glorious for 11 or 12 hours of viewing?
Well, I don't. I typically leave the wellness checks until someone's passed out. And
Sleeping.
then
That's fair.
I'll let
Sleeping.
them-
That works, yeah.
Otherwise, I leave people to
So
their
the
own
night
devices.
games.
Yeah, right. I just let people be people. Yeah. It's funny. You do get the people that just post up and are all day loving life, and I don't blame them. Honestly, if I wasn't working, I'd probably.
That's amazing.
That's more my speed, especially college. I'm a college guy. I
Yeah.
college and.
How you feeling about your Longhorns?
Yeah, a little disappointed. That sidearm throw by Arch is really
What are you doing
like
there?
I
Come on,
don't
Arch.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I'm not happy about
hype
it.
is a tough thing.
I didn't see that in the what do you call it, the spring
was it?
games.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Now all of a sudden this showed up.
Hype's a tough thing to validate, and Arch had
100%.
more than anybody else. So
I'm not giving up on them yet. It's
Right.
early. It's way unfair the amount of like hype they threw on this
Right.
kid who had 4 games.
Tough deal,
last year.
huh?
Yeah, but whatever. that NIL check, I'm sure will make it.
Oh,
easier
he's
for him.
all right.
Yeah,
I
he'll be
think.
okay.
I think he's going to buy the.
Well,
game.
now
live
he
with
can
it.
take the money.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
remember, my granddad told me I can't have any money until I start. So now I'm starting. So now I can make some money. And I do like the fact that they were saying that he was going to go number 1 overall, and he's like,
that's excessive.
That's no chance at this point.
Well,
See,
I
you
would
would
agree,
think
yeah.
at this point he's probably sticking around for a little bit longer of a trip, Armin.
All right, so can we get you to kind of litigate a little bit of a little debate we're having? That's not like a
Uh-oh.
debate,
Good
but Billy
one.
and I always have
Weigh
this
in.
major disagreement about emotional hedge bets. Now, Billy's been
Oh.
making fun of me all day because I bet the Cubs on the run line today because I'm like, look, I know they're going to do it. I'm super frustrated the Pirates aren't helping the Brewers out. And then they go down 4-0 right away, and Billy's taking a little
And
bit
he
to
is
light.
spiking the football,
Yeah, I'm
Justin.
spiking
I mean,
it. I'm
he's
spiking it.
fist pumping and saying, I should have bet him to win by 4. I should have had him to win by 5.
I maintain there's room in this space for an emotional hedge. Billy doesn't believe in it. It's bad energy.
I think there's a lot of ways to skin a cat, and I think whatever works for you, right? Like some people are
I don't know if it works.
will
yet.
never hedge till I die. You know,
Right.
that's so dumb. Why would you ever hedge? You're giving
you.
up value.
Billy believes
Some
yeah.
people that way. I was always a slight hedge guy. Like if I get to the point where I've got something in and the value's gotten there, I'll probably take whatever. I'll take my steak out and I'll take like a steak dinner out, right? Like I'll get a small amount.
Okay.
I'm never gonna. I like the original side. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made the bet.
I wouldn't have made the bet. Thank you.
Right,
a great
but,
point. Great
but
point.
but I like to get a little something for my time. You know, I'll get say I put in a parlay or something. I'll get the steak back and then maybe another
That's
$100
smart.
on
Sure.
top.
I
Just
also
a
like that
little piece, out of it. That's
I like
how
that you
do
throw
it.
the steak dinner in there as
Right.
well. I like that. I like that. That's let's make sure that we get a nice dinner.
No, that's
at
literally
the
what
1833
that's
club.
literally what I've done many times. Nowadays, I don't
That's
bet
perfect.
much because I'm
Yeah.
here, right, and I can't bet here.
Uh-huh.
So, but in my Vegas days, I was able to,
Man,
hit
one
up
of
the
the-
competition and.
One of these times we got to get out to Vegas with Justin.
Oh,
That needs to
that'd
be the
be-
trip.
that'd
There's
be
a
peak
certain
energy.
time in June where this radio show is. I've already put vacation days in for when the
Nice.
Brewers go and play in Las
Nice.
Vegas. So we'll figure that out. That might be a good time over at the Red Rock.
Well, I'm
area.
down. I get out there a lot. I still have family out there and friends. So
All right. Well, June 8th. We'll
Can't-
see you out there.
Can't wait to go to
Figure out to get a good crew in here.
Summerlin and see that park. I don't think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
is
Yeah, right
that
across from
Summerlin?
right
Yeah,
across from
yeah.
Red
they were
Rock.
building that when I moved away from Vegas. When
Okay.
I started, when I left to start opening up sports books elsewhere.
Are they going to actually build the new stadium there?
The
new A's stadium?
No, well, that's
Is it happening?
That's on the strip.
That's on the strip. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Is it? But is it happening?
Is it actually
There's
happening?
all this
Or are we
debate.
just moving dirt like I keep seeing the videos?
I
of?
think it's gonna happen.
Okay,
Right?
good.
I thought I saw a wall going up.
Yeah,
All
right.
right. in
I
the
mean, look,
video.
That
they
makes me happy.
They tore down the casino on the spot.
The drop,
I
yeah.
can't imagine. Yeah, I can't imagine they destroyed a casino and then they don't get across the line.
They're
I
gonna,
sure hope so.
It can't tear down D. Martin's place. And
I just read all of these blogs and they're like, it ain't happening. They don't have the funding. They don't have this. They don't have that.
Yeah, they play all these politics of chicken
Right.
of trying to get the community to pay for it and this and that. And so I think that's. I don't know. I'm not sure I've seen a case of it not getting there yet.
Okay, good.
Right.
Armin, that makes me very happy.
Very happy. Very
makes
happy.
me very happy because I don't want this to be our only trip to go out and watch
I'm
Star Wars
not.
in Las
I'm
Vegas.
not an insider of the
Yeah.
Vegas political scene, but I would imagine.
We know.
You just gave us a
Come
little
on,
bit of hope.
you're our guy.
Just a little bit of hope. Justin, you give us a lot of time and a lot of fun and a lot of fodder every time you step up to the microphone. We can't thank you enough for having us in here and hanging out with us for a little bit.
I love it.
So
when you guys are
awesome.
hanging out.
Oh,
yeah.
thank you, man.
Ju-
So awesome. To be
Justin Arnett hanging out with us here, Vice President of Digital Gaming at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We're back at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Right after this, you got no BS on the game.
At the window at the darkness, the boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, son, I've made a life out of reading people's...
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can easily find the right home insurance for you, even if it's not with Progressive. But if you don't choose us, then sure, okay, it's not going to work out. We're not going to cry about it or stay awake wondering what our future together would have looked like. We can't get emotionally invested, even if it sounds like we are. Progressive's Home Quote Explorer allows you to easily compare home insurance rates and coverages in one place, even if it's not with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. I love you. I shouldn't have said that.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/music. That's ethos.com/music.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 111 East Kilburn, Milwaukee.
The people have spoken, and the results are undeniable. Ridgetop Exteriors has added to our dozens of awards by sweeping a recent People's Choice Awards, taking home Best Roofing, Best Siding, Best Windows, and Best Overall Home Improvement Company. That's not just winning, that's setting the standard. Bo here with Ridgetop Exteriors. At Ridgetop Exteriors, we deliver with expert craftsmanship, top quality materials, and customer service that keeps area homeowners coming back project after project.
Oh, the guys from Ridgetop Exteriors are here.
The message is loud and clear. You want the best, you call Ridgetop. 4 categories, 4 wins, 1 name, Ridgetop Exteriors. The undisputed champion and your only choice for home exteriors. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com to experience the difference today. That's ridgetopexteriors.com, your People's Choice Award winners.
Ridgetop Exteriors is the place for you.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Come be part of a legacy that never stops. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com.
You ever hear a deal so good you think, what's the catch?
Yes, when I got a free gym membership, and the catch was I still had to go.
Well, right now, Capital is offering great financing, no catch.
No selling a kidney?
Nope, just easy financing and honest service during Capital Credit Days. Now through October 31st, air conditioners start as low as $65 a month, furnaces only $59 a month, or a complete system only $117 a month.
Capital, where you choose cool or cozy with no catch financing.
Call CapitalCares.com.
If your bathroom is holding your Milwaukee home back from feeling complete, Bathfitter can help. Their seamless walls are made in-house, easy to clean, and built to last. And it's not cookie cutter. You design it your way with their simple online tool. Bathfitter focuses only on tubs and showers. No windows, no roofs, just fast expert transformations. Right now, get 0% financing until 2030 or save up to $1,200. Call Bathfitter today at 262-524-8172. That's 262-524-8172.
Miller High Life. Always flavorful, always refreshing, always at the right price. The champagne of beers. Welcome to the High Life. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind: to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-887-1010. That's 800-887-1010. 800-887-1010.
The Fox 6 weather experts are presented by AdventKnows.com.
A few pockets of fog still possible this morning, but not as bad as recent mornings. Then it's sunshine and lots of it. 84 inland, should be closer to 80 lakeside with a breeze off the water this afternoon. Overnight tonight, we'll see some patchy fog again, dropping to 50s and 60s. I'm Fox 6 Chief Meteorologist Rob Haswell.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Milwaukee's FM home for sports and stuff. 97.3 The Game.
BS is back live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet big, bet bold, bet above the rest. We were just having a phenomenal conversation with Justin Arnett, our friend Luis Haley over here. The crew is tremendous at the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Fantastic.
The staff at the bar is doing phenomenal work already because there's some folks in vibing and enjoying. My man just polished off a tequila shot here behind us.
I think he must hit a quad on double-double or something, or on Jacks or better.
Well,
That's
he
my
is
thought.
vibing right now.
Now, tequila. Now, was that one you would put in the Jello shot? I guess you could. You know, we had some
Done it.
people on
Yes, done it before.
on the text line. They were arguing. You know, you can make Jello shots out of everything, and I guess that's true. Maybe I was wrong in saying Kirkland vodka only.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned the tequila. That was one in which was not very popular with all the guests at the soiree.
Sure, because they're like, what's this? Right?
Because we also didn't tell anybody that it was tequila, which maybe would have been a good heads up to be like, hey, this is going to be a little bit more vigor in there.
You're not putting menus out to people coming in. It's like, do you want a Jello
Hey,
shot?
you want
or
a Jello
not?
shot or not?
Come
Sorry,
on.
this is what we got.
This
is
isn't
what
a
we made.
this isn't a tasting menu.
No, and we're not
you know?
pairing it with different cheeses and
Thank you.
right?
Listen.
Like we're not pairing it with different desserts.
This is not like a craft Jello shot menu. All right, guys. All right, let's be honest.
See, when you said Terrapin, you were talking about the Maryland Terrapins.
Maryland mascot.
I thought you were just taking a veiled shot at one of the markets that we thought was just going to run away with everything in the alcohol sales, which was the craft beer sales.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because I think Terrapin was in that conversation. Quick beat.
IPA.
Shockingly, that went downward.
Yeah,
pretty
what
quick.
happened to IPAs? If you could be where IPAs were 15 years ago, let me tell you, you'd have something.
You'd be cooking with gas.
You'd be cooking with
no doubt
gas.
about it. Kind of like the Pittsburgh Pirates are at
Yes.
the moment right now, tied 4-4 against the Chicago Cubs.
And I know you don't believe it. This is a great development for me. The chance they
Really?
have to win. Yeah. Yeah, I'll gladly give away $5 for the Cubs to lose today.
He
I
went
really
back
would.
and hedged during the commercial break and
I
got the
did
Pirates
not.
on the money line.
I did not. I wasn't. I didn't. And if I did listen, I would have got caught like Timmy. Okay, I would have got caught. Let's
That
be
is
honest.
true. Being able to tell that story once again and be able to tell Luis and Justin Arnett the story of when I got to catch Tim Allen in the act of hedging that Brewers to win the division bet. One of my favorite moments of all time. Also, one moment in which Tim Allen is going to try to forget. Because I did put him in a headlock right after that, and he was not very happy about it. Timmy's not into the like when you put your hands on somebody.
Like the physical stuff.
The physical
I
contact.
you know what? If I was Timmy, I can understand why. It's
Gave
not
him a
really
big old bear hug.
it's
I
not
said,
really
I caught you.
comfortable. Yeah.
Taking a licking.
Gotcha. He took a licking. No doubt about it. He did on the talking text line right after that, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt about it. So, fellas, before we hit the 1 o'clock hour, and I want to give us the best runway possible for Bruisers Bites, because often imitated, never duplicated.
No.
When I sit here at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, I think of dream jobs. Being able to talk about Wisconsin sports for a living here onto the radio and with sports fans has always been the number one dream job that I've always had.
Yeah, understandable.
Armin,
I'm with you there. Yeah.
I did not realize that I was going to have to make an amendment there.
Uh-oh.
And I hate to tell you guys this,
Is there
but
a second? Is there a second one?
application is out.
No way.
I'm applying.
I know what you're saying.
I am officially putting my name in to take over for Molly Kieram on First Take.
Yeah.
wow.
Did you guys know what on earth happened with that story real quick? That one flipped on a dime. All of a sudden, a day ago, Molly was going to be done at ESPN at the end of the year. Then all of a sudden, my man Stephen A. yesterday opens the show like, Thank you for his service. Thank you very much. We're flying solo from here on out. And now he's the lead host and the judge, jury, and executioner. And then I read the story this morning at The Athletic that he's trying to push to make $40 million. Oh,
my gosh.
Going into politics.
Going not only into politics, though, Dave. He's going to double dip. He's going to do both. As somebody that does a lot of different radio shows, people tell me at some point, you got to decide. You got to pick one of the two. You got to pick a lane. Instead, Stephen A's like, I'm on every highway imaginable, and it's the Stephen A. Smith show. And I don't know if maybe even they're going to hire this spot that I sent in an application for that was not posted to say, hey, I know long-haired, 300-pound, backwards hat-wearing guy that doesn't wear suits, probably not at the top of your list, but I'd like to submit my application.
Yeah, I love it.
Is probably on it. But...
You got to try.
It's not like Molly was wearing suits.
Thank you.
No, she did the one day. Remember I told you? I'm like, oh, look at Molly. She's
well,
like
you did always notice what she was wearing, though.
Hey, I wasn't the only one. And let's be honest.
Look at the heels she's wearing.
Man, you're married.
I'm a big listen.
She's
I
got
wasn't
Brooks on today. Interesting.
Yeah. I was a big fan of Molly, still am. Molly's a great professional, eloquent, smart, knows her business.
Yeah.
So it's a tough day for those of us that love Molly. Tough day for Dave, I know, as well. And because you don't know
I'm
what you
watching
got
Emily
till
Central.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Well, yeah, we got Lauren, but you don't know what you got till it's gone. And that was the toughest thing. There was no chance for us to say goodbye. And that's how it happens in media sometimes.
Yeah, rarely
You
you
know?
get a chance to say goodbye in media when
But,
you walk away from a position or move on to another spot.
Man, it does seem like they might just let Stephen A. host that thing. But Billy, I would love if you got that job.
Is he going to get 2 checks then?
It's a great question because he's doing 2 jobs.
Doing 2 jobs?
I mean, yeah.
I think I'm going to need to make more money. He's also on General Hospital today.
My man's doing everything, and that's what he wants.
Everything.
That's what he wants to
I
do.
do, though, want to. Do you think something happened? Maybe I do love getting into the pettiness when there is a good story to be able to dig up. The kids call it tea these days.
Tea, right.
I want to know the tea on this story because you don't just go from awful announcing scoops that you don't sign a contract extension to the next day Stephen A. is coming in introducing, hey, thank you, Molly Kieran, for all your efforts. And personally, I'm going to miss you.
I agree that there might be something there, but I want to say this.
I want to know it.
And
I want to know so
but
bad.
being on this side of it, Billy, we know a lot of the time there's not more to the story. Like, that's just the reality. And how many times people ask us about that, and there isn't more to the story. It might be as simple as Molly made it public or someone scooped that she wasn't going to renew. Therefore, fine, we don't need you as a lame duck anymore.
Yeah, we don't want
We're
you.
just going to start over without you. And that's the way it is. It's not often you get the farewell tour like Tony Reale and those guys got.
That's very true. Rarely you get something like that.
And I'm not, like Tony Reale, speaking of people that might be involved in getting that job next. If
You
they're
would
gonna
think
hire
he
it,
would be in the conversation.
Maybe they're just going to blow up the world and go Joy Taylor. You know what I mean? I have no idea.
Now, that would be
Right.
chef's
Come on.
kiss.
That-
After moving
Well, Nick-
off of Shannon Sharp this
Well-
year to then say, you know what? I think this show needs a little bit of Joy Taylor in the mix. Like, that would be hilarious to add into the crew because she would be a lightning rod for the social media people. They would be very angry about it.
Yeah, that's what people will be talking about, right, guys?
Imagine Jason Whitlock's reaction to that. I mean,
Jason Whitlock would not be happy about it. No doubt about it.
he
No doubt
said,
about it.
quote, time to induct the golden bikini into the Hall of Fame. Molly Karam, congratulations on your career. Jesus.
He said that?
He's a
Wow.
creep.
I
He's a
didn't say
creep.
that.
He's a
Yeah, he
weirdo.
is a one-of-one creeper. There is no doubt about it, dude. Oh, my God. You guys want some football conversation here quickly? Dominique Yates. Dominique does a phenomenal job. New onto the Packers multimedia reporter as well. If you have not followed at Real D Yates, coverage of the Green Bay Packers from the Journal Sentinel, it's A1. He's got a couple of videos here. Aaron Banks, Zach Tom, and Bo Melton all back at practice for the Green Bay Packers. Matt LaFleur said the 2 linemen will be limited today, but Bo Melton did participate in individual drills off of the active roster. Obviously, no Jaden Reed. We saw why. He is still recovering from his multiple injuries and surgeries. And you asked Wayne Larrivee if that could be maybe a little blessing in disguise. Let me get into that a little bit after Bruiser's Bites because, Armin, there's something to it. There's something to that. I also don't know how long you can – we're looking at it as this might be a blessing in disguise. I was wondering how long you can be without Jaden Reed.
Yeah. That's fair too. I think that's what's interesting about this. It could go, there's a lot of angles to it. It could go either way. So
a lot to it and a lot of reaction still on who's the Brewers MVP of 2025. More on that into hour 4. It's led off by Bruisers Bites. We're live at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet big, bet bold, bet above the rest. Armin Sarian's betting on his Chicago Cubs. We're watching a 4-4 in the bottom of the third inning game that could impact the NL Central. You could be here taking a ride to the leaders of the NL Central's game tonight at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Shuttle going to and from Brewers regular season games back active tonight as the Brewers take on the Angels. This is No BS, live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the game.
Sunday night, October 26th, the legend and his backup meet for the first time. And Zabe, Butch, and the Russ Darrow Automotive Group want you to watch the game with them in the Steel City. With thousands of vehicles available, now is the perfect time to trade in, trade up, and drive home in the car, truck, van, or SUV you've been dreaming about. Shop the entire inventory and lock in savings today at russdarrow.com. Get to the gameandstuff.com contests and sign up to win this epic road trip with the fellas.
Let's go.
Thegameandstuff.com/contests.
With the end of summer comes so many things. The cool, crisp evening air, beautiful colors on the trees, and for many of us, another 10 pounds. This is KB from the Drew and KB Show. For years, that was me, until I started the Milwaukee Weight Loss Program. I lost nearly 40 pounds using their doctor-developed program, and there is no way I'm going to put it back on this winter. Not only does Milwaukee Weight Loss know the secret of losing up to a pound of fat a day, they help you keep it off without drugs, injections, or locking into expensive prepackaged meal programs you can't get out of. This program resets your metabolism so you can keep the weight off. And you get a personal coach to help you through the ups and downs and when you don't always make good choices. So even if you do put on a couple of pounds, you can drop them quickly and easily. Trust me, I've done it a couple of times. If you want to lose that extra weight before the snow flies, give Milwaukee Weight Loss a call at 262-433-4008. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. That's 262-433-4008 or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Are you sick of living with outdated, worn-out countertops but are unsure of who to trust with the job? This is Eric from Granite Direct saying we're here to help. From humble beginnings more than 15 years ago, Granite Direct has built a reputation as the go-to place for natural stone and quartz countertops. From the moment you walk in the door, you'll start to experience the Granite Direct difference. Our knowledgeable, no-pressure sales team will guide you through the countless options and answer all your questions along the way. And you'll leave confident that you've made the right choice. Then peering out into our shop, you'll not only notice the state-of-the-art machinery, but expert craftsmen inspecting and putting on the finishing touches, making sure every job is just right. Then the day arrives. You look out your window to see a Granite Direct truck in your driveway. That's when one of our experienced install crews, treating your house like their own, expertly install your new tops, turning your vision into reality. Look, we're not super fancy, but we love what we do, and we're really good at it. If you're ready to make a change, we're ready to help. Where technology meets craftsmanship, we're Granite Direct.
Alzheimer's disease is the 6th leading cause of death in the country, and it's affecting almost 7 million Americans, including 110,000 people here in Wisconsin. UW-Madison is working hard to improve the lives of those affected, offering resources to educate and the latest in research and technology. The UW Initiative to End Alzheimer's has so many ways you can benefit, learn, get involved, and make a difference. Visit goalsforacure.org. That's goalsforacure.org.
This is WRNW-FM Milwaukee, 97.3 The Game. #1 for sports and stuff.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
Make 97.3 The Game your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
Yo, Pan, you ready? Yeah. Man, let's lock and load. Yeah. Just play. Yeah. No, turn me up. Hey, I think we got one. Yeah. Here we go. Tell me, what do you see?
Hour 4 and no BS on the game, live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. This hour of the show brought to you by Happy Place Hemp and happyplacehemp.com. Everybody relax. Delta 8, Delta 9 gummies here for all of your needs. Also, CBN CBD gummies. If you're having trouble sleeping, those can be the aid to that issue for you. Also, their pet products, tinctures, muscle creams, balms, tons of great opportunities for you to live a healthier, more pain-free life over at happyplacehemp.com. And if you need any questions answered, go into their storefront in Muskego off College Avenue, and the boys, Rob and Chris, would love to chop it up about their products as well as our favorite teams, because they are as big of our favorite teams as you are at Happy Place Hemp. And use promo code Billy. Tell them if you're inside the storefront, Billy Schmid the Game sent you, and you'll get that discount as well at checkout, happyplacehemp.com.
Billy, I got to go to the NickLayLaw.com talking text line for two great texts by Sealy. All right. Now, the first one is he's talked about the Jello shots that they made with tequila from the Sunburn Bowl 3 hotel. All right. And that reminded me that that's the type of memory that you can get if you hop on Sunburn Bowl 7.
That's a great pull.
That is one of the great things about – yeah, go ahead. Wow.
No, you said well done.
Oh, I thought you said hold on.
Just giving you
I appreciate it. I said hold on.
Tremendous work.
And that's some of the, one of the great things you can have. You create those great memories. You create those great things by going on Sunburn Bowl. And Sunburn Bowl 7 is in Mexico again this year, February 21st through 28th. It'll be me on the trip this year with Zabe and special guest. We were just talking about him, voice of the Packers, Wayne Larrivee, who's been doing this thing forever. Can you imagine doing, play-by-play in the NFL at the age of 23? That's what Wayne was doing.
Hilarious.
And he'll have
yes.
years worth of stories for you on Sunburn Bowl. It's going to be at the newly opened adults-only all-inclusive Hyatt Vivid Grand Island Resort in Cancun. I've been looking at pictures and video of this place. It's a beautiful resort. Golf course as well for the golfers out there. Gourmet restaurants, bars, and all the upgrades you want. Beautiful sunset views from the rooftop pool. Just call Travel Leaders Discovery today, 833-TL-TRIPS, or go to thegameandstuff.com for more information. Of course, Travel Leaders Discovery presenting this along with Fun Jet Vacations. And I can just see it right now, Billy, celebrating not one but 2 world championships, when the Brewers win the World Series, when the Packers hoist the Lombardi for the 5th time, and we're on the rooftop bar with Wayne Larrivee hearing all the stories at Sunburn Bowl 7. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, all the stories from the after party of Super Bowl 60 are going to be maybe the best part.
It's going to be awesome. We got to manifest. Like I always say, I'm not running for my nightmares anymore. I gotta make sure I'm living that.
I don't know that. That's
I know. I got to get better than that. I got to get better. I got to actually actively live that more. Maybe it starts with the hedge. Maybe it
Are you eyeing up how you can hedge with maybe the LA Dodgers or Philadelphia Phillies for the Brewers to get to the World Series yet?
I haven't thought about that aspect of it. I might just go series by series, but maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should bet the Brewers to win for once.
Yeah, I mean, for once, it would be interesting if that was the way that you went with
Right.
it. I think we all understand that's probably not going to happen. But if it did, it would be a different development, one that I think we would all thoroughly enjoy.
Yeah.
One thing we all love on this radio program is, one, the inclusion and the adoption that we got to have of Nick Brusewitz. When bad things happen in this industry, some things turn out to be great additions.
That's a great way to look at it, Billy. There's always lemonade to make out of things, you know?
Listen, when you're handed lemons, you make lemonade. But it's strange when all of a sudden that Minute Maid lemonade sits up at your door and it's Nick Brusewitz. And, like, that's phenomenal stuff that we didn't even have to squeeze. The guy's phenomenal. He brings Bruisers Bites. And it is always brought to you by Wisconsin Concrete Coatings.
Time now for Bruisers Bites.
Yes, sir. Wisconsin Concrete Coatings, wiconcretecoatings.com. They'll do your garage floor, they'll do your garage cabinetry, and they'll do your basement floors to make sure that you don't suffer any greater flood damage moving forward. You get water in your basement a lot. I mean, that doesn't happen only during floods. I mean, it happens for a lot of folks pretty regularly. You want to protect the foundation of your home. You want to protect those things you have near where water enters your basement. You should contact them at wiconcretecoatings.com. Make your garage the coolest garage on the block, maybe in the town. I mean, some of you folks out there in smaller towns, you might have the nicest garage in town. If you contact Wisconsin Concrete Coatings, they'll do the polyurea coating on your floors. They'll make it the best place to eat your chips and your dips while you're watching the game.
The best place for them.
Let's start with Milwaukee, and we'll start with the Brewers. Of course, they win yesterday 9-2. And talking about team MVP, whether he is it or not, Freddie Peralta once again was on the mound, and he dealt yesterday. 6 innings, allowing 1 run on 2 hits and 2 walks, while striking out 10 of those Los Angeles Angels. This is what Pat Murphy had to say about his guy, Freddie.
Oh, Freddie's been great. You know, he really was. And he was great tonight. He attacks. He's got great stuff. He understands the stuff. William did a great job with him. You know, it's not ho-hum. I mean, he attacks hitters, and hitters respect his heater. They speed up, and then that changeup's sneaky, great pitch. And slider was there at times today. Curveball was decent today. But, you know, it's all about Freddie not giving up free bases and just going after it. It's a dangerous lineup, and he did a really nice job.
I always love Murph because it kind of sounds like he's playing with that thing that's behind the door in your house.
Oh, my daughter loves
the whole
that.
time
Just
he's talking.
tapping on the table
The whole time he's talking. But
Leno
I'll say
loves
this. I mean, there's a lot of question about if Freddie can be an ace in Milwaukee. But now as he answered the question, if he is simply just an ace in all Major League Baseball, does he deserve that title now?
Nick, I think he thoroughly does. And again, this can be we talk about it with, and again, I make all these cross sport comparisons. I don't love it. But when is it done and this is who you are and where you're at?
Right.
I think people made that determination on Freddie Peralta over the last 3 or 4 years.
Great point.
He's never going to get to this level. And then this year he does. So when we talk about Wisconsin football, like, all right now they're in this spot. That doesn't mean they're doomed for that destiny for the next 50 years, or in his case, 3, 4, 5 years of his career. Him being able to change or tweak 1 to 2 things about his attacking mindset, I think that's exactly what Murph was talking about right there. Going after hitters. Dave likes to use the term, and baseball guys say he shoved.
Yep.
Right? Just throwing your stuff right at folks, attacking and not trying to nip and pick and dance around corners and be too cute with put away pitches. He's now going at teams knowing I might just be better than you.
Yeah, he's giving him a licking, and I think that's what we
maybe.
We can all
There we go.
The thing is also, and you brought it up earlier, not only has he performed for this Brewers team, he's been a good leader in the clubhouse. He's been the best bargain you could ever ask for. And unfortunately, the rent's going to, you had that great rent for that 5-year deal, the rent control. The market has improved. The rent's about to go up on him. I'm curious to know what the league thinks of him in that sense. That's a good question about the ace, because I'm curious to know what kind of money he does get from somewhere someday. I mean, I'd like him to remain a Brewer. I don't know if that's in the cards. The market will dictate that, but there's no doubt. I agree with you, Billy. He's pitched like an ace. He deserves that moniker, and he's a big part of a lot of great stories this year for the Brewers. Might be the greatest.
Well, it's been pretty damn great watching Christian Yelich return to form this year. He now sits 1 home run and 1 run batted in away from a 3,100 season. This is what Yelich had to say about the numbers and if he's kind of been paying attention to them.
Obviously, you know about some of them just because how could you not? But not all of them, just because I just don't pay attention to that during the season. But obviously aware of a couple just from being in the stadium. But you just keep your head down and just try to do what you're supposed to do during the game, and everything else kind of takes care of itself. You don't really chase that stuff.
Yeah, I think he knows. Are you guys surprised, though, that he's gotten back to this form this quickly? I mean, he had a major back surgery last year, and who knew what you were going to get from him? It's been pretty good.
Nick, I think that question is twofold, and no to either one, because I do believe, even though I was very optimistic that he could get back to, I mean, this is higher form than he was as a player in Miami, right? Because I think a large portion of it, or maybe a little bit more similar in an output. He was a high 700 OPS guy, maybe 1 year into the 800 OPS category. Didn't bring this kind of power, maybe a higher average, maybe more stolen bases and company.
Did win a Gold Glove once in Miami too.
Yeah, well, he's never doing that again.
I know.
We know that club is no longer in the bag of Christian Yelich. But I think we asked when he was going through his biggest struggles to just get back to that form. I'll be honest, I didn't think he was going to get better than that form.
Yeah.
And this year has been very much better than that form. Last year, he was kind of on that pace, but then to Nick's point, he also had the back injury. I didn't know that we were going to get this kind of Yelich again in year one off the back surgery, but even though the production is that better than I could have anticipated, I still think the health and the availability is the biggest part. Like, I was so in the camp of he plays 120 games, Nick. That's a huge win. And tonight he potentially plays in his 140th game. He's been the unquestioned leader of the team all year long. That part of it, you hoped you would get. I don't know that I was really confident we were ever going to see that much volume from Yelich ever again.
Yeah, he always will have the ability to see the strike zone well, to help a team avoid outs, get on base, those type of things. I did not think we'd see the power again like this. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing I will say I did not expect. He's going to have 30 home runs with his next one. He's got 29 now. So, you expect him to get one more. Even if he doesn't, 29 is basically 30. I did not expect that. That's the one thing I didn't think we'd see ever again. He hadn't had 20 home runs since 2019 when he had 44. So even in a healthy season, I was like, wow, the power's back, especially because when he's had the back issues flare up, it's been the power that's been reduced. So that's the part I didn't expect to see again. And I think that's been the most amazing development of his season.
Well, talking about getting right, we all want Jayden Reed to get right and recover from his surgery. And yesterday he took to Instagram Live after his and he had this to say about where he's at and what he's thinking immediately, literally moments after he woke up post-surgery.
Super Bowl, bro.
You want to tell him later? I got you recorded. You supposed to make.
No, bro, we're going all the fucking way, bro.
You got a whole bunch of people on here. You want to turn it off? Tell them hi. Tell them that you're
Pack
good.
us to the bowl, bro. Bro.
Tell them you're good.
That you're good.
And then we're going to
I'm good. Thank you for the prayers, bro. But we turned, bro. We going all the fucking way, bro.
She said, all right, let me take that from you.
Right. Yeah, that's enough.
Sometimes you need good friends.
Right.
Sometimes you need good people to watch out for you. Jayden Reed, I don't know if that was his mom, girlfriend, wife, sister, aunt, nurse. Like, I don't know who that was. But she's like, all right, okay, Jayden. Okay, let me take that from you.
We want a little.
He goes, oh, no.
A little content.
No.
We're going to the bowl.
I ain't done yet. I got one more thing to say. We turned. And we could tell. We all could tell, Jayden, and we all want to be able to deliver a message like that. I thought Matt Schneidman put it exceptionally well last night. That's just peak internet video.
That's
like,
exactly.
There's a lot of things that you can say about it. There's a lot of people. Well, I just don't really appreciate him showcasing and trying to highlight that in a positive light, acting that way. Or there's some people that say, well, that's just so embarrassing that you be in that. That's peak internet video. That's hilarious. My man's excited. He's post-surgery, drugged up, feeling good, and says, hey, our team's better than all yours. Sorry about it. We're going to the bowl.
Yeah, and he's clearly feeling the effects still of the
he's not hitting the bowl.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, he had like 2 surgeries. You got to give him a little extra for that.
Give him a little credit, yes.
I mean, you got to have the clavicle and the foot. We got to make sure he's feeling good. I mean, that's a tough thing to go through. And you know what? he spoke a sober truth there. He believes in this team, just like all of us do.
Oh, I like that.
Like, come on. Are you kidding me
Drunk
right now?
thoughts give out your sober feelings.
That's true serum right there.
That's a good one.
You don't think he's ready to go and support this team and be back? If that doesn't fire you up, I don't know what does. And you're right. That's someone going to take it away. But also knowing we got to give a little something to the people here. This
Gotta
is
give a little something
bit
to
of
the people.
video. That was hilarious.
She's just trying so hard to get that phone out of his hand. He goes, no. One more thing.
Going live.
Hey, one more thing.
Bowl.
One more thing.
Green
One
Bay
more
returned.
thing. That's so funny. I have not been in, I haven't had, luckily, knock on wood, I have not had a surgery in a number of years. But whenever I do have to go back up under the knife, I am going to post one of those videos.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta.
Even if it's simply, I can't wait to go get a Culver's Butterburger or something.
Even if you're getting like a filling, a tooth filling, you got local Novocaine. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Bro, Super Bowl.
Not the
We're
World.
going to the Super Bowl.
Relax
Buddy, no
on
one
me.
knows what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about it.
We all feel what you're saying.
Armin, why are you in the parking lot in your car recording this video? Well, it was just a tooth filling. It was just a cavity. Sorry. I just had to get a
Right under
crown
the
put
nose
on.
today.
Not really the same, yeah. What's going on? I didn't go toenail and
an ingrown
Yikes.
toe.
not the same.
I've
one.
had those.
Oh,
They're terrible.
I've been there.
me too. I had one. Oh God, high school or whatever it was.
Yeah, we don't need to hear anymore.
Well, they brought it
Well,
up.
No, you did.
Well, they brought up having one. That's my point. Having one. I'm not talking about it.
You started
Talking
it.
about injuries and trying to get back in action. We're hoping that Wisconsin will be getting 2 upperclassmen back, of course, quarterback
Yes.
Billy Edwards and center Jake Renfro has been banged up and his status for the game remains in question. This comes from earlier this week. This is what Luke Fickell had to say about the possibility of those 2 playing against Maryland.
Both of them, are going to have an opportunity to play this week. I don't know how far along we are. Jake finished the game last week, but again, has got an ankle now that, I think last week was the knee. And then Billy is just going to be day to day. I think he warmed up Saturday and has continued to do things for us. It's just, we've said it for a while. It's, at some point in time, we're going to have to save Billy from Billy, but we also got to make some decisions as we move along during this week.
Time will tell if those guys are able to play. A little bit of a tease at the beginning from Fickell. If I would have cut it off when he says they'll both have an opportunity to play this weekend, oh, that sounds like they're playing. But we don't know where we're at the time. If Billy's able to go, what does that change for this group in your minds? Because we haven't seen him. I mean, there's going to be rust. He's only played 3 possessions, not even this season. He'll have to find some sort of groove, but it's a revenge game, and it's an opportunity for him to get back out there, which I think we're all kind of hoping he can do.
Yeah, we're all waiting for it, Nick. I'm kind of with you, and I think you made a really good point there. You do have to account for a little bit of rust, you would think, right? And 6 for 13 in the opener, it wasn't like he was flawless by any means, albeit I think he put a couple of balls in really advantageous positions, and then they got dropped. Like there was one on the sideline where probably should have been hauled in, kind of short-armed on the reception. Would have been a nice sizable gain for him, but if he's able to go, he goes. The one more with Renfro, and Tausch talked about it on the broadcast on Saturday, and I don't know that it's going to get nearly the amount of he's going to get nearly the amount of credit he needs to get. Guys, they're down 31 points on the road. He's got multiple injuries, and he's like, I'm not going to let a third-string center come in here and allow this poor backup quarterback to get brutalized anymore. Not only does Jake Renfro want to play football, he felt it necessary and vital to be out there with the boys in the midst of a whooping. That shows a lot of character, a lot of heart, and I give incredible props to that young man. There's a lot of people that, understandably so, fans packed it in at a certain point in time. A lot of dudes that would have packed it in and said, I'm going to wait for the next 9 games. He went out and finished that game with his guys. That was big time. That meant a lot. They're down 3 touchdowns, and he's playing with multiple injuries. Armin, he gained a lot of respect for him.
And that's what it shows you the dog in some of these guys that are willing to do that. I mean, that's, Joe Gibbs used to always say when they watch tape, they judge the guys that were playing hard when they were 5-11, because those are the guys you could count on. So it's one of those situations where you can build around things like that, and you have a lot in front of you going forward, so you try and do that.
Well, a lot of time in front of this group. The Badgers still have 9 games to go. They'll all be Big Ten matchups, and they do begin on Saturday. Linebacker Mason Reiger caught some heat a little bit I didn't ask him about it, but the TikTok caused some stir amongst the Badgers fans. This is what he had to say, though, about the opportunity to rebound now in Big Ten action on Saturday.
As my biggest critic, I'm always going to feel like there's more out there for me personally. And I know the other guys feel the same way. We hold ourselves to such high standards that every rep we're out there, obviously you're not going to make a play every snap, but to be out there and expecting more from yourself is, I think, what makes a great player. So just constantly pushing each other and ourselves at the same time, elevating in that way.
Yeah, he's saying all the right things. I mean, he is an uber talented athlete. Last season was, he was sidelined with injuries with Louisville, comes here, made a splash in the first week. I think, Billy, he might even gotten one of your post-game trophies for player of XYZ. They did not show up last week in the way that they needed to. 380-plus yards for Ty Simpson is not what you need to do on a given basis. But now I think they get I almost said rookie, but they get a true freshman quarterback, Malik Washington, on Saturday. And there's a chance there. It's going to be his first road game of his college career. There's a chance that this could be a problem for the other side, and maybe Mason Reiger and the boys get back on track.
Yeah, got to get there and got to be controlled when you get there, right? Reiger did have one of the biggest mistakes in a game that, albeit it wasn't going to change the outcome, but when you have the roughing and passer penalty like he did, that's a backbreaker when you're going to get off the field in a game where you could not find stops. So a frustrating one, and one that you do have to be able to build off of. But I think him and Cheeks and Sebastian Cheeks is ruining that name, that word, because we like to say it as somebody that is moody. However, Sebastian Cheeks has been playing really, really well throughout the year. And I know he doesn't jump off the tape on Saturday. He's also going up against Caden Proctor, who's going to be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft this year. So, there are levels to this stuff. And I think Cheeks, along with Reiger and company, that front will have bigger and better days, Nick, than they did on Saturday, even though, again, they didn't need to run the ball. Alabama didn't need to. But the Badgers did control a little bit more of the line of scrimmage in the ground game than I think people would have ever anticipated because of the beef they have up front and because of some of those guys off the edge. So I am excited to see how that unit responds.
I will say, Billy, I think Cheeks will be giving out some licks this Saturday.
A lot of licks on the Cheeks. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Hey, really quick, and I know we never is on that topic. We never really talked about that social media post. I know some people think it's odd, but there's a generation out there that's just going to post everything or be on social media. That's just the way it is. I know some people thought it was odd that he posted that, but I don't want to hear any more. So-and-so has to be held accountable. I've heard that so many times from fans in sports.
That's true.
Some random trope about being held accountable, which basically doesn't mean much. This guy's doing that in some ways. He was holding himself accountable, saying, I let people down. I know some people thought it was weird energy to do it on social media, but at least he did that. I didn't think it was as bad as everyone else did. That's just my opinion. I just thought some people aren't used to seeing a certain generation do everything on social media.
I think a better practice would have been holding it, destroying the Terrapins, and then posting, hey, let my team down, let my family down, let myself down against Alabama, but this is how I respond. This is how we roll. This is Wisconsin. It was just a little awkward.
Okay.
I'm going to say this, though. I'm going to give some credit to the Terrapins and freshman defensive end Sidney Stewart, who had this to say about Wisconsin quarterback Danny O'Neal. Nameless, faceless objects. I really don't even know his name, but I do wish him the best. Stewart, fighting words, but he's backed it up so far this year. 10 tackles, including 3 sacks and a forced safety through 3 games this year. Interesting. A little bit of bulletin board material calling them nameless, faceless objects. That's okay. That's okay. We like that. We like a little bit of competitive spirit, don't we?
Oh, that's a good thing. That's a good thing to be able to throw in here. And also, y'all are Maryland, and you do have to be able to bring your own juice, right, to a game. I love being able to bring a little trash talk because I like petty.
Yeah, bulletin board material, is that a thing? I mean, are there still bulletin boards in locker rooms? I think so.
Oh, there's big video boards.
Yeah, video board material.
Whiteboards.
Smart boards.
Listen, famous last words, though, for some people. I remember Eric Bledsoe saying he didn't know who Terry Rozier was.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. Well, we did in Game 7, unfortunately. So there are moments like that. So we'll see how this works.
Somebody came in the Drew Bledsoe jersey.
I think that's what it was. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Hopefully that's a little bit of inspiration for our boys.
I guess I got one more on the way out.
Let's hear it.
All right, come on.
Congratulations to Stephon Diggs and Cardi B on their expected baby.
You sent a gift?
Oh, they're having a baby?
Yeah.
She is pregnant.
She's
It was
pregnant.
announced
Let's
today,
go.
and I questioned Armin via text. I said, "Hey, why hasn't Diggs seen the bump that Justin Herbert has? Justin Herbert has Madison Beer. Why have we not seen a bump in production from Stephon Diggs? Cardi B's a star. I know you love her, you hate her, you feel in between. She's still like chart topping, and she's one of the biggest artists in the game."
Well, I think I don't know how I can say this.
There we go.
I believe there were certain bumps throughout the summer for Daddy Diggs
Daddy
or
on the boat.
Stephon Diggs that might have been able to be a part of it.
Again, you don't have to tape everything. Once again, don't have to put everything out there and tape everything, Billy.
Yeah,
Daddy on the boat.
Yeah,
Cure
listen,
the
you know who
drugs
to
I
call
have.
me. It's Daddy. You know who makes it happen on the boat.
Why can't we just
Daddy
say
Diggs makes it happen on the boat?
Why can't we just say congrats and send him a little, a nice little kid's book or a rattle or something and say, hey, I hope I get invited to the gender reveal. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, they don't need to invite me to the gender reveal. I'll see it online. But I would say the gift, always a difficult one.
Sure.
Like, you don't know what to give. You don't know when to be able to have it arrive. Is it better to have it delivered to the hospital? Or is it better to do it once you find out? Wait till
Yeah.
baby's here? I don't know.
Oh, you got us the nice,
I could give him a onesie.
the little rainbow baby rattle, the Taylor Swift
Yeah.
book. That was a great gift by you. I remember you guys gave
Oh,
that
thank
to
you.
us. Yeah.
Thank you. I
Lennon
totally-
loved
I
that
totally
one.
picked it out.
So yeah.
Yeah,
but,
there you go. Diapers, always good.
Yeah. The diapers are the best one, Dave.
That's what you
it-
need.
That is the gift that just keeps on giving until you give too many of them. And then all of a
Sure.
sudden you're sitting here like, I got 8 boxes of 3s. Well, I better have another kid. And that's the math that some people
Right.
do.
Some people do that, yeah.
That's the math that some people do. Armin Sarian was talking about it earlier today
Let me
when he
crunch
did
the
let
numbers here.
he did let before wife and kids. Wait, kid.
No, there's no
Kid,
news.
kid.
Whoa.
You caught yourself so cleanly. You did not think I was
Let's
not going
just
to
say,
remember that.
if there is news to break,
You'll do it on Sunburn Bowl 7.
I won't do it on Sunburn Bowl 7. Can I say that?
Okay.
If
Oh,
there is
it's
news
okay.
to break, which there isn't, I won't do it on Sunburn Bowl 7.
September 17th, 125. Let's just go and grab that clip for then on February 25th is my guess on Sunburn Bowl 5 or Sunburn Bowl 7 when you announce.
No, I learned my lesson. on that.
Sure.
Okay.
877-794-1973. Sure, he learned his
I
lesson.
was influenced to doing that. All right. I was pressured into doing that.
It just shows who your real friends are.
Give it into peer pressure.
Yeah.
bully
Come
is
on,
no
Armin.
longer
Stand
around,
strong.
All the cool kids were doing it. All the cool
Yeah.
kids were saying that they were having kids.
Come on, Armin.
Yeah.
You got to show a better example than that. Don't give in to peer pressure.
Don't be doing that. 877-794-1973. 4-4 game in the 5th as Aaron Savale.
We got to get runs now.
Oh,
Aaron
bullpen,
Savale,
Aaron Savale.
Come on.
is pitching out of the bullpen for the Chicago Cubs. That's interesting. I didn't think he wanted to do that.
Yeah, I thought he had
Sox,
so much to
Cubs.
give to the
He's
game
pretty
as a
good at
starting
it, too.
pitcher.
Isn't that crazy? I didn't think he wanted to do that.
I guess
Huh,
he'll take the
wild.
job he can get. But Pirates, we got to get runs now. Come on.
Pirates looking to try to give the Brewers a little bit of help in their chase for the magic number to go all the way down to 0. Chasing Mickey Mantle will be Cal Raleigh, most home runs for a switch hitter in a season. Can you guys enjoy different great seasons and memories when they're not on our favorite teams?
Oh, sure.
yeah.
Oh, sure.
Like the
No
Cal
doubt.
Raleigh season right now, that's one that I have been pretty swept up in being able to find any bit of information on how good he is doing in closing the year.
It's hard sometimes with the Pacific Northwest with Seattle, but you know how we sometimes get the word, we sometimes don't. It's been fun to enjoy, though. It's not the same as like the Sosa McGuire summer of '98 type of thing. You know, that was just different level.
That's a good
stuff.
point.
But I've been very impressed with what he's done. I mean, you don't just walk into a season as a switch hitting catcher and hit 54 dingers. So pretty impressive stuff.
We're watching a game of cricket here that is 59-3.
I don't know anything about this. I've tried to figure out the rules. I
Oh,
don't.
It seems
Close
like a
battle.
blowout to me.
I honestly think that might be like within the margin of like they could tie it in the next frame or whatever.
I was going to say, I think it's close. I was about to
I
say
don't-
someone getting a licking, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's
We have no
definitely
clue.
in striking distance.
You'd use the bats in cricket to give a licking, though. Those
Oh,
are
yeah,
big,
that would be a
wide
licking.
bats. Like-
That would be a licking somebody be catching. 877-794-1973. We're catching a great time. You can catch a vibe out here at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet big, bet bold, bet above the rest. Tonight, you can catch their shuttle to Brewers and Angels. Brandon Woodruff on the bump here tonight. Brewers, when we got to the Potawatomi Sportsbook, were minus 200 on the money line to win the game here tonight. They're minus 235. So many people already in on the Crew as they take on Soriano for the Angels tonight. Take the shuttle to and from American Family Field right here at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Same day sports bet or a beverage or a food and dining purchase here at the Sportsbook gets you in on that shuttle. 877-794-1973. We're back after this. It's No BS with Billy and Sari, and stay wide on the game.
Need a sub. I got bands in the coop, busting out the roof. I got bands in the coop, touch me out.
Drew and KB here. Join us at 2 o'clock. We're going to have a special Beers on the Table with Brewers General Manager Matt Arnold.
And we're going to follow that up with a great Drew and KB show, Adam Pavlock, and the Wizard of Washington County, Paul Wagner.
Join us at 2, Drew and KB. Hey, it's Drew, and I have to tell you, I could not be happier with our new 97.3 The Game broadcast studio built by Reamer Remodel. It's been a game changer. If you have home improvement projects planned, Reamer Remodel is your go-to contractor, reamerremodel.com.
Are you sick of living with outdated, worn-out countertops but are unsure of who to trust with the job? This is Eric from Granite Direct saying we're here to help. From humble beginnings more than 15 years ago, Granite Direct has built a reputation as the go-to place for natural stone and quartz countertops. From the moment you walk in the door, you'll start to experience the Granite Direct difference. Our knowledgeable, no-pressure sales team will guide you through the countless options and answer all your questions along the way. And you'll leave confident that you've made the right choice. Then peering out into our shop, you'll not only notice the state-of-the-art machinery, but expert craftsmen inspecting and putting on the finishing touches, making sure every job is just right. Then the day arrives. You look out your window to see a Granite Direct truck in your driveway. That's when one of our experienced install crews, treating your house like their own, expertly install your new tops, turning your vision into reality. Look, we're not super fancy, but we love what we do, and we're really good at it. If you're ready to make a change, we're ready to help. Where technology meets craftsmanship, we're Granite Direct.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Hey, it's Brian Butch for Window Nation. Right now, this month, get 50% off all window styles, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. That's right. You can pay nothing until 2027. Here's the thing. You want to go to the hottest baseball team, the best baseball team in all of America? You could get 2 pair of tickets to an upcoming Milwaukee Brewers game when you replace all the windows in your home. So give them a call at 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com.
Jason, what are you singing? Working on a new jingle to promote Capital's $49 drain clearing. When your sink fills up with gunk, don't stress, don't whine. It's only $49. Don't take this the wrong way, man, but I'd stick to plumbing, heating, and cooling if I were you. That's fair, but people need to know that we clear clogs for only $49. Fine, but I would have rhymed gunk with junk. It's so obvious.
Call CapitalCares.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time. Like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Make 97.3 The Game your #1 preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
Baby, tell me what's the antidote? Wouldn't text you this late, unless there's something wrong. I look too good to be in this bedroom without someone to touch me like you do. Maybe there was something I could say.
No BS on the game. Billy and Sarian live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. You can bet big, bet bold, bet above the rest, and hang out with us here at the Potawatomi Sportsbook for another half hour or so. We'll be hanging out here till 2 o'clock, and folks are already coming down after a half day of work. Wednesday, hump day, might as well take a half day. Come on down here. You're going to Brewers and Angels later on.
Absolutely, yeah.
Enjoy the rest of a real barn burner that we got here between the Cubs and the Pirates, tied at 4 into the top half of the 6th inning. There's some UEFA Champions League soccer on that I know a lot of people are dialed in on as well. Some Cardinals and Reds action here. It's always happening at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and we can't thank them enough for having us here to be able to enjoy a beautiful Wednesday, get over the hump, get into some NFL conversation. It's been weird when the biggest conversation about the Green Bay Packers has been when we were talking to Wayne Larrabee of how does everyone else in the conference stack up to the Packers?
Yeah.
I don't know how much I love feeling like we're not doing what Xavier McKinney said. Don't rest on the laurels.
Sure.
Don't buy too much into 2-0 because he said a lot of people have been 2-0 before, and a lot of teams have. There's a number of different teams that have a 2-0 record. There's a couple that have a 0-2 record that I still am not ready to dance on the grave of. But you talked about it being a maybe blessing in disguise with the Jaden Reed injury and clavicle as well as foot surgery. He's able to have two for probably not the price of one, but the timeline of one.
The insurance company.
The timeline of one for Jaden Reed that you can get both maybe done and then back as healthy as he potentially would have ever been going into the stretch run of the year. A weird feeling, but he's been their most productive wide receiver the last 2 years.
Absolutely.
So I struggle to say, Armin, him not in the lineup is a good thing or could be a positive for the Packers. However, being able to see who else can play and how much better seemingly Dontavian Wicks, Matthew Golden, Savion Williams, even Romeo Doubs when he returns, Christian Watson could be.
Yeah.
I can buy it a little bit more than I generally would when you're losing one of your best players.
Yeah, I think to make it clear, you're never better without Jaden Reed on the field, I think, if you're the Green Bay Packers. Right. He adds a lot of ability in all levels of the field. You saw what he can do even with the foot injury on the one play that he got hurt on. You see his ability, what he can do there. I think the concern was, at least for me, okay, great, he's going to try to play through the pain, play through the injury so we can have him on the field, but is this really what the best scenario would be in terms of his health, in terms of long-term of all those things? So you want him to be able to be on the field, but you also want the ability to have him get healthy and get his foot right, because I don't think playing through it is the ideal situation. The Packers are equipped with a good stable of young wide receivers to kind of get through that. And I think if this means more opportunities maybe for Golden or Williams or even Wicks to increase and improve and continue the track of confidence that he's on, then you can kind of get through it or, thrive in that sense, even if Jaden's out.
Nick, can you see this as being somewhat that there can be silver lining, some positives in the loss of who has been your most productive wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers this year or the last 2 years this year?
Of course, there are some storylines that you can spin it into a silver lining. More reps for guys that won't necessarily be relied on when fully healthy. Who knows what their roster looks like next year, right? You're going to have an opportunity, as Armin mentioned, for Dontavian Wicks. Both rookies are going to be on the team next year, of course. There are reps to be had for guys that may not have seen as much action. It stinks to not have them. This is a season, though, in which they had him essentially, I guess, for just one game.
Yeah.
But he was active going into two of their bigger matchups here early in the season, games that we felt, hey, there's something to be had here. Who would win this one? Now you go into a stretch of the schedule where, Billy and people are speculating. I didn't say Billy is, but Billy brought up the point that people are speculating that maybe they go into week 10, 8-0.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, with or without Jaden Reed, it seems like that would have been a stretch where they had plenty of opportunity to capitalize. And if he can come back for the stretch run into the postseason, no harm, no foul potentially. It'd be one thing if you lost a star player on a team that doesn't have depth at a position. This is as deep of a positional group as any maybe in the game. So you're feeling pretty good about it. Jaden Reed's a hell of a player. I think that it's a loss to lose him. But if this means he's coming back this season, Christian Watson's soon to return. Romeo Dobbs is healthy. I mean, you've got plenty to go to in that room.
Yeah, it's one of the weird deals that if you're going to lose somebody and you want to get him back, it has to be now. You're going to have to go through the majority of the heart of the season without. But if you can get him back by the stretch run, and they say like a 6 to 8 week timeline is where he would be on with the clavicle. Now, I don't know exactly what the foot injury is. I think it's probably a similar time frame. I think it's probably in the same breath. You're looking around Thanksgiving. And a year ago, after Thanksgiving, a lot of his production shut off, right? Like after you went to Detroit and he was on the St. Brown's podcast saying like, I got something for Michigan. There were a lot of drops and the season kind of slid down from there. If he can be hitting a stride and getting healthy at that point, being able to give a maybe month lead into the postseason, great timing for his return. Never good to be able to have him out. But Wayne mentioned Dontavian Wicks. We've brought his name up a couple of times here. Does he feel like the forgotten cat in the in the group? Like a year ago the Packers don't need a number one wide receiver because we got all these guys that can be number twos. So a lot of people's pick to click was Dontavian Wicks to take the ascent up. There have been a lot of wide receivers, one that a lot of people were trying to compare his route running to. That year 2 was a swoon for Devontae Adams. And then year 3 was the blast-off moment. I'm not trying to say anybody's a Kirkland Devontae Adams.
Sure.
But if indeed Dontavian Wicks can be Devontae Adams light, year 3 would be the year where his ascent would go up. And I'll tell you, he's going to keep seeing the football. Because Wayne Larrivee said, my man's always open.
He keeps getting open. And he does everything you need to do for a receiver, and he was doing it except for catching the ball, which was the most important thing.
Yeah.
Now, but
like the drive in basketball, everything but the finish.
Everything but the finish.
Mm-hmm.
But you did all the hard part. Like in a lot of ways, if you can just lock down that last part, you should be very effective. So I think there was an aspect of maybe people did kind of not forget about him, but kind of cast him aside as, you were at the end of the year last year. If you were that frustrated with him, it's like, we can't call him this guy. We're so frustrated with him. There was a lot of that with Devontae Adams early on too. But this is why I think the Packers still kept their faith in him, because they knew he could be so effective with everything he could do if he could just figure out the drops. And so far he's done that. So that's been a big boon for the Packers.
877-794-1973. Well, Armin can be a little bit happier now. His Chicago Cubs have driven in 2 runs here in the 6th inning off of the Pittsburgh Pirates to make it a 6-4 Cub lead at PNC Park as the Brewers try to shrink that magic number to win the division.
Yeah, self-inflicted wounds here for the Pirates here. An error on a throw, an error on a throw from the catcher as well. Started this for the Cubs, so not what I wanted, unfortunately. I was hoping for the Pirates to give us some help here. So, well, it's still not over, Billy, right?
Still not over. Still not over. Far from over as Justin Turner comes in for a pinch hit. The Cubs will clinch a postseason berth with a victory here today. So let's see if they can force that back another day here. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back right on the other side. Our closing ceremony is live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. And we got boots on the ground up in Green Bay. Our friend Seeley from Saturn.
Let's go.
The amount of just absolute bumping up here at practice, at Packers practice. He's behind the tarp. You'd think it was a dance club. Those speakers go hard.
Got to get the boys going. You know what I mean?
Those speakers go hard at Ray Nitschke Field. They're having themselves a beautiful Wednesday practice, getting ready for the Cleveland Browns and a trip to the Mistake by the Lake. We'll be back after this, live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook statewide. You got No BS with Billy and Sarian on the game.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save even more with limited-time doorbuster deals. Save $5 on 24-count Contractor's Choice 42-gallon trash bags, now just $14.78. Plus, get your choice DeWalt Elite Series saw blades for $9.98. Not a Pro Rewards member? Join for free today at Lowe's. Valid through 9/17. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowes.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Big savings are happening right now at Russ Darrow. Hi, it's Dave here for the Russ Darrow Automotive Group. They're making room for brand new 2026 models, which means huge sales on every 2025 in stock. Whether you're shopping for a stylish Kia, a rugged Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, or sporty Mazda, dependable Nissan, trusted Honda, versatile Mitsubishi, or the legend Toyota, we've got incredible deals waiting for you. With thousands of vehicles available, now is the perfect time to trade in, trade up, and drive home in the new car, truck, van, or SUV you've been dreaming about. But hurry, when the 2025s are gone, they're gone for good. Shop the entire inventory and lock in your savings today at russdarrow.com. Big savings are happening right now at Russ Darrow. Discover the Darrow difference today.
Nagging pain in your back, hip, shoulder, or anywhere in between? You've stretched, iced, rested, and it's still there. It's time for something that actually works. At Game Day Men's Health, they offer EPAT therapy, a non-invasive, FDA-approved treatment that uses pressure waves to trigger healing at the source. No pills, no needles, no downtime. Just targeted in-office therapy that breaks down scar tissue, boosts blood flow, and speeds up recovery. Drew Olson from 97.3 The Game. I tried EPAT for the first time for pain in my elbow, and honestly, it made a difference fast. No recovery time. I was back doing what I love. Well, I don't really love working out, but I was back doing it pain-free thanks to the EPAT therapy at Game Day Men's Health. EPAT has proven to treat pain in the neck, back, heel, elbow, hip, shoulder, ankle, you name it. No risk of infection, no side effects, and most guys see improvement in just a few sessions. Book your free consultation at GameDayMen'sHealth.com and get up to 33% off your treatment if you sign up in the month of August. With 5 area locations for Game Day Men's Health, you can heal smarter, move better, and feel stronger.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Celebrate 100 years of high-flying dunks, 100 years of show-stopping moves, and 100 years of changing the game. Bring the whole family and be part of the legacy. This game is once in a century. Be there at Fiserv Forum on December 26th. Go to HarlemGlobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with a new way to enjoy our beautiful planet. Reduce your impact on the environment this fall by packing a waste-free lunch for school or work. Avoid foods with excessive packaging. Use reusable cutlery, napkins, cups, bags, and containers, and recycle or compost any waste when possible. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-813-4011. That's 800-813-4011. 800-813-4011.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The Fox 6 weather experts are presented by AdventKnows.com.
Sunny and warm today with high temperatures ranging from upper 70s lakeside to low and even middle 80s inland. We drop into the 60s tonight, then climb back to 80s on Thursday. A few more clouds Friday, then scattered showers and storms this weekend. I'm Fox 6 meteorologist Stephanie Barrichello.
This report is sponsored by Farm Safe 811.
Farm Safe 811 starts with you. Always call 811 and wait for any underground lines to be marked.
Always keep safety in the back of your mind. Just stay humble.
For more information, go to farmsafe811.org.
We are 97.3 The Game.
Hanging out here at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's no BS on the game. Drew and KB going to take you the rest of the afternoon. Coming up in about 10 minutes from right now, Drew and KB will take over with Beers on the Table. Very special Beers on the Table guest coming up here today at 2:15. Brewers general manager Matt Arnold going to be on the radio station. Talking to Drew Olson and Kevin Brandt. Now, I don't know if KB is going to have all the inside tea, they say, because I mean, he was sitting like right down by the owner's suite on Saturday night. So he might have some in-depth new conversations for Matt Arnold that he's not even expecting.
Talk about boots on the ground. I mean, he was right there at the audience
on the ground.
The important guy. So that'll be interesting to hear, no doubt about it. Yeah.
Excited to hear from him. Now, Dave, you get a chance to talk to Matt Arnold quite a bit when you guys are out at American Family Field. A lot of it is just shooting the breeze. He is a guy that will talk about just about anything possible. When he's on broadcasts, when he's on like the Bally's broadcast, it actually surprises me how open he is talking about the team. Does that make sense? Like he genuinely enjoys talking about every person on the team and not just like, oh yeah, he's doing really good for us. Yeah, we want to make sure. Like he's not going to just cut down on everything he says because I'm talking into a microphone and I don't want to put anything out there that people are going to misconstrue. He talks up the boys, and I really appreciate his candor.
Yeah, he loves talking ball. I mean, he just loves being able to talk baseball with the guys and just, shooting the breeze about the team, what these guys are doing and how he's kind of seen them grow, how he's kind of, viewing some things. It's fantastic. But, yeah, he'll talk about baseball, but he'll talk about anything too. It's like, hey, you guys play pickleball? Like stuff like that. Like, it'll just be –
okay.
Yeah, just kind of fun things there. And
will they get into guitars? Do you think? Do you think Matt Arnold is a big Les Paul Gibson fan? Do you think they can get into some?
I don't know. I haven't asked him about it. But I would imagine he'd be down to talk about it.
You know what? And I wouldn't expect
probably a Springsteen guy.
I think that's where KB's going to come in huge with
right away.
Questions.
Right away.
They're going to ask him, and I can't wait to hear the the would you rather. Questions. KB's got cooked up some good ones.
Gotta have a couple of good ones cooked up.
Well,
no doubt about it.
Because I remember him asking counsel about, I think, the spider or the, I don't know what it was, something crazy.
Spider tack?
Like who can win a fight between a spider and a lizard? Or I don't think that's was
intense stuff right there.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but KB always has a good question. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
it should be fun to listen to.
It does matter. There's quite a bit of differences that you could find in there to the spider or, would indeed a gorilla be able to get on in there? I think those are a lot of questions that are going to be answered with our guy, Matt Arnold, coming up with Drew and KB in just a matter of moments. Armin, when we look at this Brewers game coming up here tonight, Brandon Woodruff on the bump, talked so much about Freddie Peralta being the team's MVP. Maybe no bigger boost of any Brewers season. No boost has been bigger than when Brandon Woodruff came off the IL.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Brewers go off on the incredible win percentage that they had, but a stabilizing force and seemingly putting to bed who's the second starter in the playoffs was like instant once Brandon Woodruff came back in the fashion that he did.
I think that's the key. I think that's the interesting part about it is there was so much, talk. Like we have a lot of good starters already. How do you work him in? Do we almost need him? But the way some of the injuries have happened and the way Woodruff has performed, it's like, well, that answer took care of itself. I guess he's going to be in there and be one of the starters. So, yeah, I think no doubt about it. I think, Freddie, Brandon Woodruff, and Quinn Priester are the guys right now that I think you're looking at.
Still seeing more and more videos coming out from Packers practice. Zach Tom back on the practice field here today. Looks pretty phenomenal, at least in the early individual drills, the videos that Bill Huber was able to put out there, trying to work through that hip pointer. Might be the most important injury update that the Packers get this weekend, going up against the Myles Garrett.
Yeah, I would think so. It's gonna be an interesting one, Billy. I think a lot of us expect to walk in and have our way with the Cleveland Browns, but it's never easy in this league. So I think the team just got to remain vigilant in that sense.
Nick, great use of the pause button.
Yeah,
phenomenal use of the pause button.
I didn't say licks, so
yeah, we use those quite often. All right, what do we got? A glow stick in there, Nick? What are we doing here? Oh my God, he's celebrating. He's turning out the lights in here.
That's what happens when you get the pause button. That's what happens when you get it right.
Oh, I like that. He's throwing a rager in the iHeart Megaplex. That's phenomenal work by Nick Brusewitz. We expect more and better stuff from you as well tomorrow. Dave, tremendous job producing the program here today.
Well done.
Thank you for all your efforts and work here today. Go and enjoy the ball game tonight at American Family Field. Armin, enjoy the rest of your Cubs outcome and go cash that ticket.
Yes, unfortunately, I will.
There he is, Armin Sorry, and I'm Billy Schmidt. It's been No BS live at the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Game.
Hey, guys, what's going on? It's Tim Allen. Brewers closing in on a division